Well, we have a good evening. Baba Jasu Jumedie. So, we're live on OK 101.7 FM, High Life Radio, Migachu FM, Okukrent to me, Kings Jersey Radio, New Jersey, and Naspa Radio, UK, and Adafupa Media, so pick live, or France. It's a good evening. Akwaba from Ship House, all over the world. You will be Vim Lady Online, and so YouTube, and you will OK FM, Facebook, so page, you know. Baby, I'll bet me online on air everywhere. Obenya, when you back, I'll bet me another place. You get us there. It's a good evening because one of the most educational episodes I obenya me can't show because you see, we are going to go into NPP for an year. And won't say national security at the Ahomatia Abron Yomo invited no. Yache Prof Samuel Kunfi national service for penny for a show. In fact. Penina kaso odano no give to you or wale kwade so no or den ho akamura omunhu no. That is according to national security information. Is omunhu no baby or ni nyina ne say ghost names are reported say about 81,000 ghost names until they need to come and prove whether say ghost names or how did the ghost names collect money. So munye sikadia enya that sa double salary na ne dey bo MP so no the same allegations because what Fetsika from left? Can I say your law no lawyer Richard Kojuama no Hanmo or the other call law into detail? Maybe asking because a lot of people are just going all over the place. See, national security go chasing kofwa. You can chase people till that kingdom come, but Uru quarter and yet giddy near the court, a law and near the court. O can be unconfront us here. Party full soldiers get excited when people are being arrested, but Uru court or don't say matter. No idiot can step even at the gate of court. Now can better do court inside. No idiot, I'm repeating, no idiot can even step at the gate of a court, let alone enter into the court and plead your case in a court. And yes, our court. Court no be for fool, so court no be for joke. Court and ya bro. Idiot be to me court, or be a walk could go to me court. A pleading the case, or lose ni panel, so trying to salute. Say ni panel, or the obi court no to me prosecuting the case and not making the case. Or lose and the panel so trying to salute because see. There are so many cases, and one of the cases I'm about to professor Kabna de Ovoriata, or no what's not in chroma time, or no baby senior, the other Apollo 568, me Papa. Apollo, the NPC for a news, a BSida. Busy a baby. Ya Pamon Professor and Chroma the CPP for good civil service into a Bianco Fee. Apollo 568, because here history. One of the things I'm not gonna for youth, I am gullible. I can't say we are the Adania 10 years because we don't read. Nay, I don't blame them. The penny for Nakasa don't want us to read because you see, say the years you can our Bible, you know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. But they don't want you to know the truth. And today you are better pono. O Korea Kokonsa, one hand Charlotte, one hand Jawa, and none of them reading because the more you focus on those things, the more you will not look at where your taxes is going. Because national security should be able to tell us how much it is costing to chase all these people that they claim they are arresting them. And what a proper chasing. Because prosecutor be able to say, sorry, can coaching for. So, we say police IDP, so before police will proceed, they say, they must sit down and analyze whether it is worth it. What I say? Because you're on a brony because a wild goose chase. The case is not prosecutable. The case want to mean your ingredient or the established prima facie case. I know it. Unique and say some of the cases now will discontinue. We discontinue because lawyers know that two or more. First, attorney general office not classify the case in baby to be we need to know my giant. That is the wisdom of an attorney general, but that is only claim whether it has been verified. Some of those cases indeed are not prosecutable or are not winnable. That's another matter altogether. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying say. Obia or prosecuting case be a normally who the two insenia so insenia ni no one was carry what I say what carry measuring tape no one measure no I say wait case will be to me a winnie and how go waste this because you see who do you be court as prosecutor now and yes I didn't call court on where we know brown bebre no corporate or dancing way bra or dancing way am also trying to case come or the back court another time ya journey who lawyer na kasa how would you nipa no court no cobra and there again. Take another agenda, come back again. Council, who research. Lawyers have a problem, my research assistant. No, my evidence to support the claim or the defense. Need no, Always still time. And normally you want to ask yourself whether the case is prosecutable, whether your case is able to be winning or not before you go to court. And then we're going to look at them and say the NBC almost about 20,000 Ghanaians. So they are not Togo for, almost Lebanese for, but I support NBC Kakra. If they have been recruited wrongly, if they are for if they are not qualified, I support NBC. But if they are legitimate Ghanaians, if they are qualified, if Omuchia tax, then by all means let them do their work. Why should you sack them? Why should you sack them? Because the Abusi Abaye and the starters Apollo 568 said the Profocano. Say Crowman for civil service, no, it's agreed. Say civil service should not be politicized. But the civil service now politics in the near for being from right and starters idea now be seen. And they be away about Wapamun for wedding and coffee, Wapamun for wedding and coffee, Wapamun for, and you see, they be a castle too for your prophet. Or your prophet move promise or two for. Or your prophet move promise, or see, they no catching another 20 year, or more position, or see, Abana. Ghana for the community and Nibre Netoye, now Banaya rough one. Was you had the community and Nibre, ya o dear Cocromotin fan tanting, ya the better moment to on the idea and another. Cocromotin had the one a pumpum, Sakorano. Ghana for the Cocromotin one another pumpum pa. And so 2 was or 2 1 canake. Or see a community and Nibre near the two now, Banana, ya rough one, or ya rough one. Would you pay John Sembia or ye the Cocromotin row cover for a betty? Ye we are throw din anado, and no much attack a market cycle when it starts to don't boo and then no much man. Shit! Ghana for what the company and Libre and a twaba. A bin NDCA. And when I hear Martiami do a kind NDC for so focus on the entire twabama, focus on the need for giant for fun. I'll tell you a much in case National Service where they may support you almost a muko. Him 81,000 no be small names. National Service where you moji between 700 and 1,000. Who calculated times 81,000? That's a lot of money. And the Munko Obi the ones the Anfanembra said Uncle the Ancone. To me, my Ghana sick and find the shenanigans. What I say, I'm passing away a Ghana phone call and for more. No problem. But a good names and some of 4 names here. Young Codis Canembra, Obi Alpha 1 CDB plus interest. Well, criminal case. We say no criminal case. First Canembra plus interest near calculate yam of trees cannot go here. What the amount of your crab? I support that one. But tell me, I don't Facebook, I'm a joke. Is a the way I started to teach before the all about 2028 to know my. But you see, me say, would you come or quarter? No, would be more. Wouldn't even know idea. So, hey, you NPP before the door and that's what we need case. I think I'm going to prove any evidence. I'll call court at 40 in the end. You will lose. We are going into it. Now, Prof. Betray Apollo 568. Mumbuzia or Pamon Corpus at the end is the Angosiaga. Angosiaga. Buzia were in chromacy because you two to say a cabasta free so. So what NBC is doing, especially if you take the any two, I Ghana, you need outside there, you know, cool link anymore. Yeah, West Africa, hey, now you cool a child once here, you more. Now you focus on who he has to protect Ghana, minor. Yet one and said, Jimmy John say, I have a cool to it. No man, that's happening. You focus you. Near should be here, near Joe, money see ye. But I'm saying I support NBC 100%. Obia Fesica and Cocheno. Yeah, I'm rough. Governor no NPP one no more cast and no more to no. But so being quiet, so I don't put their names out there. Because by the time any panel wouldn't have got about only case, don't ask any panel. We don't want that. You won't be paying. Open case, you can see saying. It's my own case, Papa. And son, I would be but we don't want any time. Be our baby, may baby waste you be time. We don't have time. Say Ghana 4 years from Mahama, you near you be you will look at all that will go into the law, and the law will tell us. It's even take up a new so be the angel the Torah and go on internet to say Hunuka. Now you can a friend saying you want to say me after declaration as I'm not covering having ladies are blasting Mahama. Mahama. Meaning Mahama ni assembly say declaration law, no Mahama on the other way. But the law is a bogus law before he came. Law no. You declare asset near the question them. It's a bogus asset declaration. So America for 1 year share democracy from them. America you declare asset and find share a let them near fan question box. It is open. Me Google Obama Nisika war. Obama sika only in a year. Obama how much taxes he has paid. That is the problem at Trump over America for needing as a declare your tax near because it's a staple in American politics. And to make of America constitution now asset declaration now public no and to chance Ghana the very secret asset declaration. You bear the letter asset declaration, envelope asset declaration. Asset declaration be actually audited you no pay. It took us a domain of only answer. Here at domain of okay only answer. Or say the president should change the asset declaration law before he declares his asset. But of course, and then collab am ranting them about more and I make you more porn no more here. And I'm more concerned online. So they are not interested in even reading the wisdom and the knowledge of the issues. Or headline I'm as if it to change anything, to change the law. Because as the law is, and he said they're not law 10 years ago. So a secret asset declaration. We don't need that. We need a public asset declaration law. Public asset declaration law. What out of Banku? Our car can wait to me who be a Mahama. Or quite over who do you. In fact, says how long and another says, yeah, and can another queen, another all free power and cigar or neither what we can, but another change asset declaration law. No. It's also declaring asset secretly. Ryan will declare asset secretly. Kufuor will declare asset secretly. Mills secretly. We want that law to change. As long as I've been a journalist, this has been the training at domain of Onum and they are mine to check. Offense of corruption say yen change law no tom because baby a copy democracy in this year every year no asset declaration openly and publicly. They don't do it in a box. And yeah can say yeah take constitutional review commission they yen change yen can change constitutional review commission. One of the things are also in fact as we speak now Ghana Mebunuka nobody's even talking about Esgracia. Me wa Esgracia say mo Yati a friend a constitutional review commission. I was a constitutional review commission. Start looking at a Esgracia assembly. Nay, who said the Esgracia assembly no etier. It's a benefit. Good evening. About Prof. A council. Good evening.
Good evening, Vim lady.
Great. Prof. Mami shot everyone. I'm a council. Not council my education in the law. No me adeba. Prof. Say, sir, what can say? Pamo. Maybe I see busy at baby. I know NPP for in fact NPP for to ba wo yin kwofo bi ade
yes
omo yin kwofo ade na amo ya NDC for ne empam we nti akwa take for that wo see ABC Buzia Apollo 568 tremu
yo tie for mama ajo me mama ha na yatia ne say ya nyina nim say since independence your leaders ne nyina sabe ekwan bi so omo asisi yen ekwan bi so omo ja bibi kakra wo fie nkroma ya kan anya hwe no ojayen executive presidency hu say yes president executive powers or on your obeye na ya kan so Buzia ntoso na ban wo mko ye no de di jaya ba kon access declaration asset the start here because bra asoja for no tu nkroma no share the amount of correction na cost no a na ehu ana Buzia so okay yemfa asset declaration mra but ye no ye ne kude na da share them na sene ya wo kana me bompa ye say we can pass a law today with retrospective effect. Now, since independence, assets will be declared secret, you better me making it public. Yeah, law dear, one of my lawyers.
But Lord, here to me, council lectures allow no and qualities are.
One of Motiwano. What dear, may come back. And Tinia Tiana said, Buzia bar power, on that more money, first Republican, now one party state. Into every sector of the economy, was infused with CPP sympathizers. Into Buzia and Mteki, even university lecture halls, schools, everywhere, all classrooms, all teachers and so forth. Young pioneers were all over the country, arresting their own parents. Into Buzia take over 1970, no share civil service. Now people were still agitating, were not paying attention to government programs, and was setting up saying, okay, measure share civil service no. Na who say a bit more ya do ma begum say just to meet support the party. Into her no no sanko for there. Me ntimi ni omo nya dwuma. Inti o say me yi omo di. Na me fa nipa metim no mo
they were targeting CPP for no maba civil service mu say empamo.
Yes. Well, and I mean him say so nominal solely CPP but say na tiane there one party state inti ebetimi akasa no nya CPP for. Enti bra oyi omo di no. Na ha nipa na ha bi no because sabre no man more shi papa. Enti ne ba ya ni say one kojo sala or say no. Asemo idea me the court. Now fortunately for Ghana no, the lawyers at the time, the judges at the time, having emerged from Nkrumah's government, said Nkrumah torture one. After they wanted to be clear of any government influence. So they were open. Now, monamoya lawyers, lawyer for their more, the law is there, but you always have language. Yeah, what about twisted law, no? Now, what you take to tell me?
I get twisted now. I'm say that there's the letter and the spirit of the law. I get twisted.
Okay, yes, the letter and the spirit of the law, no, they are not the same. I said 1 + 1 you 2, but when your lawyer or beg you want to say 1 + 1 4 or something else. So, it's in your balance the court and a sala, a bind or deep him, na bind a D4. Now, Buzia said in an embryo, Mitian speech in a B. Or say no court can force my government to employ Kofi or Amma. Simply put.
Buzia na kansa.
Buzia. The quotation come with their bro. I no crese court to be an obetimaka for anyway. But the statement was against rule of law. He was trying to usurp the powers of the judges. And no, and a ma OD4. So, and se see asan yakoi, and Emma who's NPP for on person de Mahaman court. Now there be answered your mechano. Any panel be they don't even know why they are even in government. Some of them don't and say Skaumbenya, allowance on Begia, and one in here on. But that is not your role. What the answer say? Uber say, or minor echo ye.
Okay.
And near me come na kosi and say, Sala win the case, and a buzia or be make it that. In fact, or no, actually, no. And
it's the problem. Nipa buzia pamo
568.
And the answer about Apollo 568,
Yes.
Na
Ghana, just say, Miss Abrana, Missa, but you say, now almost every day, now it was the news. In terms of the government became highly unpopular. A bra, a champ or two, say, pet, and was more money on some juma, or no support.
And the CPP in Kofana Buzia Pamon, the champions are for our minimum.
We did so for almost, but but the records are all there because for two Buzian, no support. Into Adibia Buzia, yeah, now, and you know, was the son. But only to continue here. A Buzia's rural development project.
Okay.
And a coffee operation, feed yourself by it. The jump on bar for front idea. Then any abre.
Okay. Problem is to mommy. Me have no more because me person I like baby how they concern. People sued him. People sued Buzia, and that's what a bit more years they see. I said they are suing government.
Yes.
And I be indicated say they are suing government over those
and they will win. They will win.
Okay.
We have to find competent lawyers. No lawyers won't bet me use appropriate words. And win the case, because yakan. Muhammad make this declaration. He consulted his lawyers. The lawyer for no woman who look for crano woman can't. So let's go forward. Woman farmer yanka. So into MPP for no copper lawyers or more being. Woman for Dr. Baumianka home.
Well, never issue until Dr. Baumian.
Woman fan rem behind the scene, or more again.
That be when you have Dr. Baumian line, Prof. When you
and the one who 2012 caught your ear.
But wait, Dr. Baumian, a very busy body. Wait, only standing.
Uncle court but prepare omo.
There be only standing power same way mu.
So one also decline position. Say you wrong, so on
But for whom so only council, I say I make me what. Dr. Bamia standing in this case, he's not a party, he's not a maybe leader of NPP. Does he have a standing in this matter?
If you mam chia with here for net or your phone
Yeah, that's it.
Nothing say who says government to be elusive power until the new government is sworn in on the 7th of January. No, that government or what done until the midnight of the 7th of January. No, or two so baby.
Okay.
Two members sano until the midnight of the 7th of January. Almost sworn in the new government, that government no kuta Ghana. Into bibia say government here no, sa government no be.
Okay.
Na mumu no, I will say yama you asam no. We inji we indi. We su inji we indi. Enti no say kopane sa na. Na we dwene say abda mi fi office no. Me fan kofu bia no ye me party members. Na mdo mu wura mu. Enti no the same thing the way so no obeye. Enti amasa trust na wo ho no eni ho. Na sanya sa dia. Enke enye bone. Say san kofo mu na omye Ghana for. Na oma going through the processes. In fact, if you are to recruit, me in my undergraduate, and I did a bit of HR.
Okay.
You in the morning say we are recruiting into government institution. So you cannot just it is not like one private company. Over say me here accountant. What for feature say but I mean pro. That is not how government recruits. So I'm quite say and to you more sankofu ye ka o ma asem ndey. Say enche ya obeti say nurses for class on board demonstration. Because they are necessary. And so we omu nursing training college from 2023 2024 they were at home. And I there were some teachers almost they were at home. And then going through the procedure for omo. And this okay say odu na bom na wasaka omu dia. And be more your appointment letters. And no na wo pia say me feel say na prophet say that is young court.
Exactly.
So obi for bi adwuma no omo na appointment letter. Na set obi offer no at the time mpako offer no our mandate. So obafa na wo to me ba na obeyi mediana.
Because council na won ka say abai no ote so obefi akonya so kwa until 7 January midnight no owo to me. So to me no the fan for is it binding on abai obeba nechi na? Is it binding on GOG government of Ghana? Is it binding?
It's binding them. But who said next say ye na no ye democracy no enyin. And no me konanim. You have the transition act. It's simply say no maybe what like the Bible say no Bible say you will no me na ho kwan say enye no me na efata yen enti no maybe wo ma wo botumi aye na momru say wo ya no say na edu confusion baba unka say wo ban efi power okay ya dem nevo when was he appointed?
Yeah, he was appointed I think January 6 or something. Yeah, January 6.
He was appointed in
2017.
Yes, after the new after NDC know they have lost. So anything na Ghana no who were public. Now say who ya public advocacy. Most of your target say we were NPP, we were NDC. But nobody want more. Both parties no more ya. No ma kan yen tia bobom. So at see na homu NDC no omo craft file say identity no office NPP we no. Wo so ye bia to hodada. Enti bibia people be no ombotuma site say oh wo bra no ye say. Okay. Enti no so me ye say. Wo bra no ye say. Wo so me ye say. So at and then na go for problem bra ye no.
Yeah, and when a powerful class of chairs says, I no Krabuzi at time clan start here.
But who said, Prof, I'm a background. A church the Muse. Satam the Busia Yasano. We were more or less one party state.
Okay.
And all these people were one party like a CPPR. They also allegiance to Kwame Nkrumah. So he was afraid. He said, once he has come in, these people who are they have been sent to various strategic places, they can come and destabilize his government. So the idea was to get them out. But you bear the consequences. So what I said, because he was afraid that these people who swear an allegiance to this party, so you may jam so much shawa. Omuba destabilizing my government, If it's sad them if you want. Let me from they will trust me and swear allegiance to my government. So okay, Prof Miss by no mini Ghana there. But I heard he said he allows some people to work for over 6 months.
Yeah, a lot of the DCs, Prof Samos and you are muddy.
Yes, he let some of them resigned voluntarily, and after some months, then he replaced them because all these people are Ghanaians. But you're making your system too much of politics. You have not advanced to that stage now. Yeah, most of the time you see people saying that go and US, go and UK. UK for no on mine said he's for labor, then conservative for and we need power. But he work in the way say labor for conservative for pay. One more year a personal vindictive say because your democracy and do that level So what I said. But coming back to these people now, NPP and pro muno. Lo bia nche say the time omun pro no muni power.
Okay.
A convention between the parties say wo lusu a memfa nipa. Mem ko tia say yakwa to aba on the 7th of December. Na wo lusu. I didn't know go ahead to appoint Obia the mandate, the term of office, ever granting another 4 years. And that is the problem they've never had with this government. But even they kept him out to about almost 2 years or so. Come and he turned against Asaf Mafo. Now he decided to leave. Because they kept him. He worked for about 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. So what I said. But he was appointed by when he has lost the election.
And he was allowed to work.
Yes.
Yes, he was. Oh,
so some investigation at the class about something for assembly by.
Yes, and he actually went against some of the NDC people. Did some worker, which was not palatable to NDC people. They were saying it. He worked for over 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. Before he was asked to proceed on leave, problem but he was allowed to work. So I said, maybe
said the prof court more winning. That means at the time before fire workers, they had the power and the mandate to recruit.
Of course.
And one letter is a bona fide labor contract between the workers and about GOG.
Yes.
So I don't court for wrongful termination, bet me winning.
But the thing is that ombudsman winning, but abino in the employment law, no employer is forced to keep an employee.
Okay.
So I say, if you say that you don't want to work with the person now, the court will not force you to work with the person. The worst case scenario will be for compensation. So I'm going to say because by force only some paku we yaduma unim say some paku we untumi ni yaduma because there's a trust issues because unim say paku is going to be like a camera watching what you are doing and report to the next person. And a court and change say compulsion say fano. The court back say once paku is an employee of the organization, you have to pay compensation.
Okay. So I don't court be to me for say my hammer. Any NDC, any civil service in such a So how workers NPP for na ya pamo omo keep you but they can pay them the court can order compensation patesika.
I don't know judgment that babemuno. Because if the person has gone through the procedure for recruitment, like I told you earlier, no, when you are recruiting in the public sector, there's a procedure that they go through. I said they go through a procedure. Sometimes it takes over 6 months, sometimes 1 year before they get the appointment letter. Some go through a medical check, some go through all sorts of tests before they are finally given the appointment letters as what? As an employee of a certain company or so and so. And you know, they have gone through that appointment, and the appointment will tell you that you are appointed from so and so date. And if a year for 8 months, 8 years to so and so. So because it is a Uber, no fee said for you, no, you cannot work with that person because of this and this and this. The law will not force your hands that keep the person. But what you do is that you have violated that contract. And you have to pay compensation for the violation of the contract. Because employment contract is a contract between the employer and then the employee. So I say it's a contract between an employer and employee. So if you, the employer, violate your part of the obligation, the employee is supposed to go to court and enforce his rights under that contract.
Judgment can see the
court. If you are what here, maybe you friend me. Said they will go to court. I'm telling you, they will go to court because, in fact, look at the nurses that have been employed. Look at the teacher that have been employed. Some have sat home for over 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Some have to go and borrow money to do underground work. Some have gone to their station and all manner of things. So if you now come and tell the person that because you are employed under a certain government, you know, you have to go home, you cannot work with you. They have to give an explanation. Say, "Pakuno, you got near. Pakuno not in baby. No, so I'm not. Through the procedure, he has been brought. Only man this young man PP. All what he knows is that he is a qualified nurse. He has met the criteria. He has gone through the recruitment process, and he has been employed, and he has been given an appointment letter. At the time, the person who gave an appointment letter had an authority to employ him. No,
exactly.
He should go home.
Okay.
So
Dominic, I need pneumonia study because they say the judgment that is any below. So if you ever pay as judgment debt, and we have a long way to go, so we are heading towards a major judgment debt issue. And the enemy judgment debt from where you may time. So we are, and the council can say we are heading towards major judgment debt because sad workers, and then this almost target over 20,000 workers. If all these workers sue government, judgment debt babam. Until you question 11 years, you already say can you school near judgment debt. This is a very, very serious issue. Am I a part? But council, just a brief one on that. Their own of a prof can say you would encourage them, say they should go to court. Send your worker.
Oh, if you are China, the Yamna Macau, or Baka say, Yajumano, Yambobi, Kutu Pansa Cocotte. Me, I'm a lawyer. Me to Maka chose a cocotte. Number one, who said, "Oh, right, you know, Obi Alpha never take your swap." They can do a mass action. All the people who have been recruited, you know, they can join themselves together and file a mass action against the government. You see, because the thing is that if we have to know that when there's an election, nothing stops. There's a provision the government has budgeted. Otumkasa was budgeted for the next of another 20 years. Say he's going to pay all these people. So are you telling me, say, if NPP had won, would they tell these people to go home?
I don't think so. I doubt it.
No.
So that is it. That is it. Are you going to tell me that there was a time in Ghana, some people work for 1 year and they got 1 month pay. Some people work for 6 months, they got 2 months pay. But people were coping with it. You know, once people know that they are working and they are not being paid, they know one day they will pay them. If government is owing you, they know no matter how long it takes, the government will pay. So you can recruit them, you don't have the money, but still people will be prepared to work, waiting for you to ratify whatever you need to ratify and pay them.
Okay.
You understand? I'm telling you, sir, I must have some people even commit suicide.
Yeah.
Some of these people who have sat in the house and they don't have anything to do, and by the grace of God or whoever has helped them, managed to get themselves employed, and then you come and say that you are sacking them just because the government who employed them has left power. Okay. So people who die.
I'm finding a baby, but prof, do a prof, council now, a prof, you should go there. I think that make about any standing because so Ubeko court in a case you must have standing. So you know so
yes, sir, but I'm not a lawyer. So as I was reading on this, you know, he has spoken. He said the government should not sack them, but should absorb them into the system because they have already been recruited. Remember what I said? But it's up to the government to decide. Say he has enough money to pay for the whatever judgment debt and ask them not to work. Like I told you earlier, there is no court will enforce an employee on an employer.
Okay.
And no court will enforce employer on an employee.
Okay.
Say this person, Richard Kojabai, me penasa mpanti mu stop no. Say mom by baba no me mami.
Okay.
No court can do that. In fact, even when you come to labor law, you have something called restraint of trade. You can even go with your employer that when you leave my worker, you cannot work for certain type of people for a number of months or years. Even that, you know, sometimes you can go to court for the court to rescind it.
Yeah.
If it affects your economic right. So the court is not there to impose any worker on any employer or to impose a worker on any employer.
Okay.
Or employee on any worker. So he said, in the form won't to me in normal yajuma, job compensation.
And okay. And to NPP for any case on court no. Court to be no better me force NDC about extension of our workers on compensation keke. I know about others or Munchiaman.
Under the employment law, no. The employment law no said you cannot enforce an employer to keep somebody he doesn't want to work with. For example, let's say, say, me nim some NDC ni, and some NPP ni, me na me NPP security agent, me na me show way. Omo no man who say, baby, I'm a spy on the government. The government is not on obligation to keep me there.
To keep you, fact, yeah.
The government can decide that you are based in Accra. There's no light, there's no power. You notice that when this government has come now, within the next couple of months, you see transfers.
Yeah.
You see transfers. Obi wa Accra, no na ko Bolga. Obi wa Bolga, no na ko Adwuma Kwamia. Obi wa Adwuma Kwamia, no Sebastian ko Akachi North. It's a way of trying to make sure say the government gets his own people at where he wants. Serve the people. Because he's got the mandate. He's got the mandate to fix the economy. He's got the mandate to do this and that. So, officer, baby, no to get the human over here. He can transfer you.
Okay.
The transfer it's a part of
termination.
Transfer is part of the right of an employer.
Okay.
So, the employer can transfer, the employer can promote, the employer can train, the employer can do a manner of things. So I say, okay. Anytime I'm teaching my students, I'm going to say, the only thing that Ghana employer don't know how to do is to train. That as for training, they are almost not training, but transfer, they are almost transfer. person must secure go so your employer can terminate your appointment. Like I told you, there's no law that says that if somebody is in your employment and you cannot work with a person, you cannot terminate his appointment. But the procedure, the procedure that you take to terminate that appointment, and then whether you follow the procedure to do so or not, and then the judgment that's babano.
Okay. Council, Mammy, prob. Council, I say, according to labor laws in there, NBC is not obliged. And maybe I'm children until the Abuzia can right say, court to be to me for so such engineer on power. Yes. Pamonemo, ready say, whole judgment that they bet ya. Yes, you can answer, I do can say, doom so after you. You didn't never judgment that. And your foot open a prop in your experience from the one who boozy at time. Say. So I have the session I boozy take care. I'm one and until the champ on crabbing your put tea. No. Yeah, if you don't have the Bama or Taco, so call your careful, call your disca.
First and foremost, send a lawyer and client. They must follow what we call due process.
Okay.
Due process in handling the case. But me mere anka senior Ghana for Agina Tum Atwa Bamano no. Anka one retain woman or woman your juma. Ghana for penasem. Inti one more judgment. No answer on election, history of elections in Ghana. Can you be surprised? Who you be Ghana for penasem papa. 14 regions. What do you mean about? 10. Hands down. Or record and Croman one to beat you. And a Buzia 72 as I say. What was solid record? There is nothing that you should do to hurt Ghanaians. Omo jiwatum. Mahama, your friend said, a Jumaura. Monty Sada. After Adan. Sir, I'm Brano Hodier. And just what to make the moral decision. Who make a moral judgment. I'm running to say, but I'm so program because I'm running to say.
I'm running to say, UTV.
I'm running to say.
Many council program,
yes. Can be Obi to me, dear, near Bunu come for. Now, President, out of what? Humanitarian a community. Mahamas will tear with Jaw no Momia Juma and Sari. Now, say one mom say, workers 10% increase. And then one more than our boss said 10% no crania greater than 25%. So be beyond their politics, be beyond their propaganda. Intermediate the American said judgment that men are mayor anka government 20,000 people over 20,000 people. How much are you going to?
That's a lot of money.
Once we need time or 4 years now by Juma. Ya bibi na kwa dia cow. Ya bibi na kwa dia cow. Ye bibi na kwa dia cow. Nanado media aso dan na mempene so but one show me myself. What me yes you Ghana for Christians. Kia de bibia be che no. So enti wanya chance no said the amount for to abama wo no. Memma Ghana for sense form. Momu sense form. Momu sense form.
Okay.
Now before I land no. Maybe Ghana ni JL Edu. He wrote a book about the civil service in Ghana. Now, Sanya, measure copy. Now, me public, then I'm reading that book. Say how he said public service dear. We are government now doing sacrifice more. Now we say oh man, because a bit them 20, 30, 40 years. No more in experience on the year Jumano. Into minister no bar, you have to invite them, and they will brief you. But civil servants, they want to be apolitical, but there's nothing like that. Elections drew her Obia to be. And because of that fact, they can never be apolitical, but they have the experience to help incoming administrators. So, intermediate BO before I land, Mestre say, out of what? Respect for Ghanaians, out of what? His love for labor, no be anya juma.
Okay.
Because Ghana for said the agina to me, Usha ne start soon, don't say. Efrehin also bama share exchange rate na me etime ma ba bia
it's early days yet but so me penti no o say nya aboche
o me dey send nya no ho ya hwe da bia me hwe but me dey all said and done no the person almost succeed send your work and scan your share control for nsem wo mo gia ye pe they say I cycle obiaba no abedi no oko obiaba senanado ani kufo omo nyina nya chance to do what Mahama is trying to do but until woman yana end asset declaration form no send your can or see in public now the back one you answer say Mahama is appointed constitutional review committee yeah yan say nipa no ya omo ebedi animu no ono ben in such a way say be favor omo but it was say young public no see my government areas ya womo edit to omo amended those areas ya nyintumu nne nyintumu chira.
That is whether the public will be interested in issues no crowd because as the public you have been one year for process but problem I found issue a NPP for arresting him because when you can complain and I like money na the modia banner the prof can say buzia ye the Mahama ye be and kosini ye enti enkofasa akwan so menkofasa ma you have just 4 years focus on your priorities ne deliver no mum na nidie ni obuo ne gidia omanfo wo mu na nto aso saa that's what you are telling him lawyer so can say NPP for court my dear chikwa they cannot force government to maintain the sacked workers and till that kingdom conquer they cannot force government to maintain those sacked workers employer dia no man to me so to me sack work at time out pay in lieu of notice or with notice and also bet you ampata until say I'm buying a judgment debt and on your ready so into your 20,000 no so 20,000 workers so sack you be everyone says a judgment debt by 1,000 for each person times 20,000 that's a lot of money yes in the airpace kakoto and gas edia power you can hear last week lawyer they doom the can the whole day or they doom so the whole day Lakeside Estate until doom so money yeah particularly solve doom so and yes I bring you coaches unnecessary judgment debt MYN but MPP for now as they say abronya ya tron invitation so omra Professor Ameokunfi yes or not to scarf and semomra national service boss no crowd here gift your wife yes you on the word well yes we are she's outside the jurisdiction you know really Ghana to pro BMO you know James also say yeah the OSP wanted me better no swami I hear na but she's not within the jurisdiction but the way air cordon what do you think and also ABC buzi and nkroma no breast say opponents so we discuss because now we say na nkroma time there was also allegation of corruption against I'm even surprised on hearing that say nkroma pana allegations of corruption were not bem
big time.
Wow.
Now, yes. Oh, now then, what is saying? Akwaba kwani papa ntade akora ye ton. So ja for me obon don come ntade.
Ye tu nkroma wie ye no.
Yes. Tete scan na fa nkrofo nsem no. Na so ja for no, nyame nipa nim, no mo ye mature, wo man kunkum nipa say the runs by ye no. Na nkom be kum nipa. Nti nyame kan say say no, wo hwa I to say cool na aba Ghana. Say ja chisi nipa. Yes, niema no. Cool ba sa wote ho ani abachiwo. Wote ho ani abachiwo. Sa na omo ye. Na arrest of political opponents any there. It has never helped anybody. Na me de make MPP for no say, wo munye din, say na na do be ye din no. Monkasa ma manfo ho ne yakoso. Once mo do, once mo nye do. Express your point of view. You will win public sympathy. Now, public sympathy in politics, is more important than even the law itself.
Yeah, but probably now almost in Nkrumah time, no say that I'm passing for discuss. In this case, we are so far from Abronya National Service for the ghost names 81,000. 5,000 and 2,000. 81,000 ghost names. And then Professor Ameokunfi there. Is it legitimate accusation to say Nkrumah say I'm passing for Sikap and Kofor? So we will have a legitimate say.
In politics, you see you give what a dog a bad name and kill it. Now these people are so smart to say, ni any hokrano on be chato so. Into omo invite one people for invite woman. Omonko they acted in their capacities, not on their own behalf, on behalf of the government. No mo ya juma. Until they should go. Questions to be on baby so they should answer the questions truthfully. So now so Ujania 81,000 India men am one. They say we see 81,000. So we am crying about 80,000 and just say you were lying. Into your lawyer be an who didn't over to charge you.
But no, to charge you the only thing is to estimate 81,000 issue. But the fact that what ghost names are shame, no, that will be on you.
Yes, but
they were acting legitimately, but lawyer to back catch it say Yama to me, you can act and exceed the power of your authority. You bet me I'm a bunch to me. Now part of our broke and an excavator to me. That one is on you. The liability will be on you.
Okay. Man, dear mamma, digitization, you know. Sir, unless it's any palm do share mono, no more with that no more new. And this computer work the old year, date of birth and say clash here. Baby say pale bones and air flash. Intermediate say in chat to so warm, but yet a young show say, one say 21 billion. And about consobas all scan cry in Risa. Ebinion. Oh, it's a said dear. One more pequambia faso, I justify or more brutalities, no. Reign of terror on the abano. They say, when I'm Ghana cry, now your former government employee, Usro, you never know who will come and get you. Oh, and media, a quambia on Bafaso, I'm saying, a man for skull more the ombejano, meta or mochi, but they should follow what you call due process. Nama omano.
Papa, why are you describing it as a reign of terror? I mean, call lawyer because from they followed the due process. Letters bra. We are inviting you to come. The National Service boss the issue has been in fact, National Service issue no a fourth estate newspaper and a breaking story no. Manase mo paper no, he's no more there. But time no. Story and it's a ghost name to 81,000. They tried to sue fourth estate. No, more draw case no. And why are you labeling this as reign of terror? Because they should have continued with the court case to prove their innocence.
Okay. Now, what I said reign of terror because you see what is going on. Obuasi DA is an indication of what terror. Mine see, Shenipe Konku Omoho, share North, near Kosovo, share NDC offices are here banning. National arrest near their dismissal of workers. These are all what? Terror incidents. I must do more minor. It may say President Nuomo or back out. No best speak calmly to calm people's nerves down. Tamokaya and Kroma Dawn broadcast 1950 something Mirafi. Then some baby where call man ye into dawn 5 a.m. as a saying and a sober broadcast to the nation. A calm down tensions. Oh, and Mama, no, he must be smart. No one come yet tarnish still. We shall vote in over the mandate of the people. But one share 72, he had the mandate of the people. But look at what happened to him. MP for parliament, yeah. 2 man, for 2 man. Oh, yenim ko. Into a some no crowd that nobody dead and chain. Oh, and you make up the only say. Government to be intimate for us, so on far way and not on far way. But on humanitarian grounds, on far Ghana for no. Now, Obianya a Juma and Koshan a year in the because all you more dear, win him no bay.
Okay.
Wouldn't him a dear on bay.
Okay. Council, we actually this invitation arrest so far. That's government was said to me to invite institutions now, national security, police for their. All those institutions, they are acting within their powers, but nobody is exceeding their power by saying, "Yeah, national security," and they are all acting within their powers.
Of course, if you are Obian Bibia Bonnie, NDC by mobile establish National Investigation Bureau. I am conform here more NPP time. If you can a new person behind one NPP time now. And now Muda Huya Juma. Potman Quacha said, Abias uncle from Quano, one more than I Omuya Juma NPP, no, or Mars on Muya Juma NDC. Because NDC almost had any recruitment to be into one more now, head in a change. Abia, the head have changed, the institutional head have changed, but the people who are working within the institution, they are the same people. From Quacha sent in one. One mandate. No from what? Almost from no Casa why bonio. Almost your investigation. So you go with your lawyer. They will ask you a question. Yeah, and Shishemu say, okay,
nobody should go alone. You should go with your lawyer.
You have the right to go with your counsel. You are when you are appearing before investigative body. You have the right to be with your counsel.
Yes.
Because they're going to ask you legal questions. The question that they're going to ask you, you can implicate yourself. So that your lawyer can tell you, this question, don't answer. They don't answer. If they have proof, they should go to court. But if you're wrong, you say, invite you. No, Obakasa won't go.
Okay.
Because they are institutions mandated by the law to investigate. When they finish the investigation, then they can pass it on to Attorney General Department. If they have to go to court and press charges against you, then they do that. Such as they said that they are not investigative body and they are concerned body. They just come and see whatever you have done. They will report it to their AG. They are just giving information, not evidence. This investigative body, NIB, they can give evidence because they have the power to extract evidence from you and go to go to court. So they have the apparatus to know who discuss would we have away. They don't have the power. No, so Baba Jim laptop. I'm a then to me, not Jim laptop. Then to me, under our constitution, I was a word to me. Would Baba Jim laptop? No question. I was so. Take me to court. But you can't say the same thing to BNI and NIB. Say, in the course of the investigation, they notice that you have something on your phone now. Even though there's a kind of some what do you call that? A privacy issue there.
Okay.
Such as I said, you are coming to take my phone without my right. You come enter my phone, but they themselves have a way of going into your phone. And you me say, I know. So who are my client? Now say me follow unanko baby. My phone come in from court. Now what you can know why you know because there be instances by the time you come back, no phone no your phone you cannot even have access to it again.
Yeah.
My phone come in from court component. One case I'm from court to me came. Uba net or do came now. You know one no boom. And you come from court. No one case I'm to me came. To attach. And you know.
And to advance why from they should go.
They should go. In fact, the president himself, the former president himself, has come to say that go and defend your recourse. Go and defend Yes. When they call you, go. But he's a human rights activist. Why not? When they call you, say go and defend yourself. Because if you did the right thing now, it will speak for you. National service here, Omoka said, what for over 8,000 something. Go and defend. Go and defend it. Go and answer. President, who for any panel who offer 10,000 or more 10,000 is cut. Also offer 20,000 or more 20,000 is cut. Not doing offer 5,000 now. 15,000 is coming. It's for the state. Or the more say you want to Korea. This what Korea go and answer. So when they invite you to investigative body, you have access to your lawyer. If you go and say you will not answer, they cannot force you to answer. They can take you to court with whatever evidence they have, press the charges against you. The judge will look at the evidence they have and pronounce whether you are guilty or not guilty.
Okay.
They will not sentence you. They don't have the power.
Within the jurisdiction. Is there a suspicion someone you're guilty that because Deputy National Service boss but Penina Kata Obano is she afraid? Why is she not within the jurisdiction?
I come to her. Former Minister of Finance, Nasambe, and son and young quite so yale no call for medical checkup. And she said, "Oh, sorry, sir. Oh, to quite. I made the minimum reason what to quite. A be a year new team pointing out to quite. To my coach, I said, if he's actually needed that, they have a process to get the person to come. I mean, and I be no one your small body. Who got a pray muno, who do fill forms. Fear who come, who quite brochia, who be see, no mamma forms be a fairy. You find a who house number so lead LS house number 103 Stafford Street, so LS 11, so no amount. And you woman can so many baby a walk. And if you are required, they can get you. There be instances are court upon no judgment. I'm will be a Pakunda word bruchile. Ebia Obaba no 7 sentence. I don't know, but they have there's a procedure they can go through to get you to come. They can get you to come. That don't want to say a special prosecutor say he can force the return of the former Minister of Finance.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. But some of these allegations are bad for fraud. Not gonna point in idea, but is it easy so be so be for teku simple? Those in your experience or court, no? Some of these cases, because and taking from the fact that you're putting case, any cases NDC better you know discontinue. Some of them filing penally prosecute. Is it easy so be prove some of these cases, Anna?
Allegation go to me, alleged, but proving it is another way. Allegation, that's why when you are filing your statement of claim, you say alleged. I have heard that, so and so that, and then what can? But you don't go to court with the only allegation. You go to court with evidence to back whatever you have said. So what I say, and you know, when you finish your investigation, you go through your investigation processes. You gather all your evidence, and then they will base on that evidence that have been gathered to charge the person for the offense that has committed. And that person will also have to come and defend himself or herself. In case of a nipano 800,000, whatever amount now, and there's an evidence that those people worked out. How are you going to say is there your ghost names? If you remember what I said, those people that you are saying that they were ghost names, you can go to the village where they were posted, and they'll tell you, this person was here. You worked on social and so day. You worked. So how do you say there is a ghost person? But if you cannot prove that indeed you recruited a person and the person is actually a real person but not ghost, that is you have to answer. So that is why it's an investigation. The matter is not in court. They are investigating it to find out whether there's a truth in it.
Okay.
And if there's a truth in it, then the charges will prepare against you in the competent court of jurisdiction.
Okay. You bet me
they're investigating it. They're investigating it. Okay. They have to have a concrete evidence to conclude that this person has committed this offense. He has committed this offense that committed before they will be commanded to charge them, and they will appear in court with their lawyers to come and defend themselves before they can be sentenced. So what they are doing, they're investigating it. Obianka says, they will investigate it to come to a conclusion that we have enough evidence to charge you for this offense.
Okay, very well.
If upon the investigations, they say that they don't have enough evidence, concrete evidence, solid evidence to put you before court. They cannot. What do you think that the new age, has discontinued a lot of cases? Because you say that those cases now, evidence now, the Republic may lose.
Yeah.
And so you have to discontinue it, and probably if you think that he has gotten enough evidence to proceed, that he proceed.
Okay.
So that he has to withdraw, he will withdraw.
Okay.
In haste. You see, I know everybody is looking for NPP and NDC to be taken, NDC and NPP put to court. That's what they are doing. Everybody, this person have chopped this money. This person have chopped this money. Take him to court. Meanwhile, no, you don't have evidence.
Just a court there. Evidence. I never see the muka. Who need evidence? I'm going to court in any.
Debbie,
party for any church and more food soldiers in Tiasi because food soldiers and I wouldn't tell anybody to
Debbie, Otakobia Kodem, Afia, we want to investigate every NPP. They investigated a lot of people, but they noticed that they don't have evidence to take the matter to court. Of course. Of course. There are so many people that they were investigated, but at the end of the day, no, they may not have the evidence that can tie the person down for the particular offense, so that they give the person. If you look at Minister of Finance, they will investigate, they will invite him. Why do you sign this check? Why do you do this? Why did this money go here? Why did this money go here? National criteria. Why do you give this? Why do you give that? He is going to explain. If upon the explanation, he has not committed any crime, they may not even proceed to charge him before court, because when they go, they may not get evidence to tie him. Anything about to say, Obi on my friend, be a corner you are no protection of you. Fatchila omu. Say, when I'm Shamisa, send a meyano, send a meyano, send a meyano. If you are incompetent, you're different. If you go free, and what do you call this one? Negligently caused financial loss, and also okay. Financial loss. What if I know you know at the capable Ghana for?
And how you?
Why you show nimpa? Why you be a kasa jayo osi minjai? And what question at the capable Ghana for? Almost possible never you are no. When you are no pizza, sir. I don't ye in just obey no the year. Okay. I don't know who say. I do it. Well, when himself do it in ye. What's the who's the castle all the year? Okay.
Now that means the one who say cases no. Well, so far one filing cases be there, but now can be with us and go on. Whether or not to shy away, and you know, so woman a bit me I prosecutable in court. Because I can allegation the bet me I know one of but don't me to do rock.
Mean 13 years so. Would Stephen the question? I will be food here, Ghana food here. Mean to me, Johnson, I'm returning for it here. I've got a staff credit here with your question. Mean to me, Traha, nothing can some evidence until they have investigated and they have satisfied themselves that they can take the matter to court. Taking it to court, you have to go and prove that because there will be a lawyer to subject that evidence into scrutiny.
Exactly.
In all the other parties will go to prison. In people for prison. And this is for bar. And NPP for court. NPP bar. And this is court. Check a young program of Ghana.
I like that. But I get them for that.
And in idea who teach it as some who oh, where could this cow? No, I was just reading Professor Amaya Kofi ne introduction. So I said, won't I say, once you obey this guy a day.
Okay. It can't obey to me a train. I don't, okay, my name was a prof question when I'm a chair, Prof. Samuel, because once you are here, no, I think it's a fine opportunity for you to explain Prof. Samuel Kofi issues, no, or they are born on the quadruno. Now, because there are people that say, question and answer. So move beside
question.
Read it, but it's in better couch them. So read it, and what sense did you get? But because I don't tell you, Rufai, or say all of you people are supporting corruption. Rufai, this is what lawyer Abanekano. I've been where I work on their coins. This is a typical coins thinking mindset because on your lawyer, so you are not privy to Q&A interrogation. Professor Miyokufino. You haven't seen the allegation, but say people are supporting corruption. Nobody is supporting corruption. Law no, and a lawyer actually say what the one no a be wow. Yen sorry take a be allegation when you don't have any merit. Because course yen konesa court that is no mugu amadi in your coins to say one I will send the message you find way. That is not the law, and the judge is not going to me for an or the law, and the year demand. Into Munjai said you, and I'm person a Munjai John. Namun Suya law nibi. What I say, Suya law nibi. Suya law nibi. Namunjai John, Yamana Mobaha, Namobe, you just don't want to learn. Suya law no. Aha. A prof. They are only what I say a lawyer manage Munano. Say, young story and prosecuting for but I say former President Kufuor the crack at Nenko for say obi a friend bi akọ ne koyi wa no wonim say onye ebone akọ can prove can we presume say any obi a onko ye no na ono anim say shaneto di na bi onko ye ana
oh dabi
so mo friend no
senia makadada no wa hwe even after the elections hwe bro mo bro abronye so okay another question abronye mo bro no
NPP before to Aberi 2016 he also went on a spree or chichin kofoka. He knew he doesn't have the right to collect anybody's car.
Well,
he didn't interview on any coin.
And there, one bro no after the another on principle common shit fee a whole lot of criminal activities. Into no, perhaps they've gone into hiding in their own interest. Now, some of us almost sufficient evidence here. They can push forward the case and try them in absentia. I am real. You are invited to court. Also, you'll be tried in absentia. And you know one open once. Now, I'm telling you, President 2020, I said in court election, evidence of house minibi. Then you obey them. I want your partner call it. In the court today, wouldn't evidence your men call. Now, at some back when I am a person, Ghana, yetimi yeni movement of money. So be a 2 million crown open cash. Into Utresia adding. Utresia adding. Ronald McCarthy in one of his videos, or say after NDC for lose elections, Kwabi said 3 million kwadi konya anko biya or the kotia bidanka. How do you trace it? Or no what can continue more be adding? Because when him say he had no evidence. No, and the evidence they would near and finance court. A picture was him. Now, Ed, but so any evidence will support you, will lose. Oh, into me one more. I told you, Ramnino. Major Fidias was from say, Omumra. Now, oh, quite for lawyer do what she sabi. One more dear will cry. It made the lawyer dear Chico court. I mean, to charge you all.
Right, again, and if you have the right to a lawyer.
Yes. She said he acquire come a JB Danquay. Up to now, not some more hang. Now, Mamma Yinkrofoy, or Johnny be a missing can have me. And I'd what me at now 8 good years soon, so go, so bow. That Attorney General static case, Gloria Kufu, no, I'm a classmate to University of Ghana, Legon. Oh, you were fine. So, Bartington and near Ding, Bohoki. Now, Abaya Attorney General said, well, put up.
If you don't know, put on, I said the lawyer can't case be one of my evidence, no, a video. Do you what you move better, any better, evidence in you want how do you prosecute a case like that?
Yes, sir. Card back court, no any evidence you hope. Yes, sir. Actually, I know other for a year. Nina, no copy. No, what? Just say, I too force in the Yanka. Acquires Attorney General. Nanka no person interview in partner no
go for dummy.
Yes. Now go for dummy cry. Master Adam for pan no any mate. This other yeah. And the American say assemble the court we a lawyer. Now one of Attorney General there some because no nko or was several lawyers for no mo adwuma. Oh. And no about 10 of you know you should be able to prepare the evidence. Wait, what do you call it? Almost case in this defend attorneys after no withdraw and ABC. Oh, and the Makacha said the law is there, but if you don't have the language, to interpret it, maybe we are some or Shabuzia de Oka said no court. He was right, but the political implication, you know, and a coffee sombrero. Oh, and the Mama may can be Jawomo will be anya juma. Also 10% raise no ma mo bi. Na skadi e bi wo man no. Something mo hweso ye pa e bi wo. Nima bebro ho se butwetwam. First and foremost, Council of State munyum free ho. As Gracia munyum free ho. Na fe mo hwe mani pa ho ntoyen. Council of State members are mo so mo in obi eni ho a oni sika. Obia a rich person. Namusad ekomo mu.
Na prof, who say your classmate no one penny that ekufu ada na one can just Council of State when you free o.
Say be a media ma kan. Na entaso mu. No aka say na ban a demonstration any dey na man for. Yes. One of course ye two for won't here. Oh, Unia so wo fase oforata wo yi na di long ago a. Eno kra wo di onyi na di reshuffle. Reshuffle. Kamanfo obeto yeyem. Say papa wo ba questions on baby no. Obetumi ayi ano. He was serving the nation in the capacity of him. It is one yen say no so kwese ya. Eno nya bone. Oh, enti wani onya ho some so ba me. Ya obeti asmo beka.
Okay, well, every pop. Council na me ati ya mo aduma na o exceed the authority. And now cause willfully. What we pass idea we ye be magana aboka. Now ye che han na de kono koye because ye nim say aduma no wo hu nim dia obeye nti ne de ama wo. Do ye che han na hu say dia we de be bo Ghana kana me boka. You are guilty.
Okay,
you are liable.
Yes.
Any criminal civil no, we can hold you for the loss. A car Ghana abon you bet me plus interest.
To
make establish it. Our contract or yeah. The contract was there were similar contracts that Ghana government dada. So sign contract we. So cancel for contract is the normal Ghana koboka. Ofurata boy ka obetua with interest.
Yes. And no so who said no so no say 4 deputies. No mo ya juma. But one head into Bribia on your best friend.
And the deputies need to hold you liable because you see, bro, why you or bank that? Uni mun kuntam into the so can I go to you? We are prudent investor.
Yes.
We are investment banker. Who to meet the incorporating about the same for so about my two dividend. Yen say you man unim any other be see her. And it's a whole year now and back the operator case. The deputies in omunya case. He has to answer. To me,
sign I'm
able to establish that he's what causing willfully
financial loss.
What causing financial loss without willful, not so yes. So he's still liable.
And then me ya dream say oba want to me and explain say when the say no more man boka say yeah. And here I see it me twina so. Na senya ye kan no cycle no see it me yan break here. Next time will be a position obadwena ho twice because they say nipa go parliament and this is for saying 198 and NPP 88. So balance no at 72 no busy our 175 rooms what 35%. Now it was huge. Young competition won't be but the champion more money no more pay. And when them to office or more power. That's one person made more power. What do you call court? Near clear wa. Among for there, mean clear or more. The better trip. Now, Yabaka Yaman said, Mama Casa Ghana forward short memory. And pat. And then I drew honor.
Your short memory.
Oh, yes, San Wakano. And to say, do official with my BBR. Now, after 2 or 3 years, Masako. Then cook on kitchen or hang. And
why is early days here, Prof? 1 month to pay, 1 month to pay. But before I make a Prof on a Prof, I hear question and answer interrogation. No Prof, Samuel could be there. No, Musa say, "Dear Mahama, if go for Ghana for no, it's a majority of people supporting. He has overwhelming support."
Oh yes, yes. And there, me know your dream. On your see camera, some pass or more mishandle no, or more first camera. Or for that across also no you pay. Don't want it. Also no,
we never verified. Some pattern no you pay and I know you pay and
come on Belgium. Yeah.
Because when you pay now other jobs I would you a percentage you can see I say really doesn't mean anything.
No the public. And I say complete conflict of interest. Say no crap there. A complete conflict of interest. And what does the law say about that? When himself will company at the Cobobisian, and I would do anymore. Then one fast running about how? It's complete conflict of interest. And you know
what you have to say before now, they did a lot of mistakes and a small conflict or one or more to problem or move faces a CM.
No doubt about it. No doubt. Including one leader, Nana do no mistake or a also a lawyer. What they have some court. 2 years, also who said you have to cut the person loose, not any person do almost. They say, Mama, Nipo, you more evidence in your name, but we suspect, sir, NPP for who said there were some loopholes here and there. Oh, one to me, Anka. I opened the 2018 and said no so no. Up to now, Are they going to reinstate him, give him back pay, or what? And now all those involved, how are they going to compensate them? Or do they want them to go for judgment debt? I fear what lies ahead for Ghana.
Prof Waka, tell me what's where we did Prof Samuel confused interrogation, what are you seeing in the interrogation? Then question go Mubusano. If I see and multiple contracts.
And now no to come to I reporting people no yeah.
Okay.
But no was signing for say bia almost person by scar train wa kra ha. And Oma advocate sika for visibility study. Ne I say project be answer na obey no. Also we have visibility study. And then no one will say whether it's viable, it's unviable, and all manner of things. So I said, and I don't think that we should spend so much time on that. Let them do the investigation. If they find any act, they should put him before court. He has a time to defend himself. That is why we have the Constitution.
Okay.
That is why the Constitution is there. That is why when you finish your investigation, you have to go to the court of competent jurisdiction to decide to put your evidence into scrutiny. And once it's able to meet the scale of justice now, then the person can go to jail.
Prof. Samuel, visibility studies, and how much? Did he order payment of the money, disbursement of the money?
Well, if you mean to me, and not the.
Well, I can't what kind of day because if you order disbursement of the money based on the
and they mean to me, let them finish the investigation.
Okay.
If there's a truth in it, if they find anything that is culpable, they should take him to court and let me face the law. You understand? I mean, this is but you know what? The good thing is that say NDC for party members
and no no.
A lot of things are for politics. If you are who are good my job, and again, be consider NPP by there are so many people that were investigated. And this time, 2010, 2008 to 2016, how many NPP people were jailed? Tell me, how many? How many? Even NPP, how many NDC people have been jailed? But so many people were they were called to answer to questions. It is the procedure. They have to find out whether or not you have done this, you have done that, you have done that. And if they come to conclusion that indeed you have committed this offense, they will take you to court. And NIB, they don't jail people there. They don't have the power to jail you. The court of competent jurisdiction will have to jail, and even that, you have the right for an appeal.
Yeah. To
the appeal court, to the appeal to the Supreme Court, because your liberty is at stake.
Exactly.
Your liberty is at stake. And it's sometimes, people with low-minded people, they come and just insult people and just go. There's no need. So I say, law school, you're a lawyer. You're on the street. You're not a lawyer. Maybe you can't even qualify. If they open the law school for free, you cannot even get the
qualify for nowhere to get.
You cannot even get the qualification to enter. Somebody have master's degree in law, you're talking, and you are searching the person. Instead of listening to it and learn, you just be talking rubbish. The thing is that when they even take you to the court and you lose, you can apply, you can appeal to the appeal court. If you are not satisfied, you can appeal to the Supreme Court. But as you say, Omo de say Guachi, no do kwa nsanwam. Enye je time. Enye champ time.
Kangaroo court biya sa.
Okoya no ma do say Suachi, no mo that chichi wani, no ma go to pay. No ma kun. Do you know how many people died? We are no longer in that dispensation. Ya twom afiwo. And this is a constitution, under the 4th Republican Constitution, everybody have the right to defend himself before the court of competent jurisdiction. Every talk of that the state will give you a lawyer to go to find out why you did that. And once they have certified that you have committed that offense, they sentence you. They cannot just come and say that, oh, who know your Minister of Finance, I don't know your Nasa Katiga, and the Basenako is a woman. I don't know your way, Baseko, without asking you a question. We are not in that regime anymore. That regime, we have all agreed that we will subject ourselves to the 1992 Constitution. And the Constitution says that if you commit an offense, you have the right to court. And you go and defend yourself. If you go and the judge found you guilty, they sentence you.
Okay. If I have to go away, there be done court case. He said, "I know I'm a jury trial for the medal. I grant you said you don't know. Someone the jury no find him not guilty."
If you mamka baby, I said, "I'm what you mean? On the day no.
On the day.
On the day no. Why are this in
Actually.
And yet, at the next time, no matter how much I know. On the day no. And so why is it that people don't want to learn and listen? On the day no. The property comes on turn at the alcohol. It's kind of to me if you. And you know, when people commit offense, they have the right to defense. Yes, some Kenya no market say Guachi, as if there's no law in Ghana. Yeah, and just go and defend yourself. And even within that, you know, there's a procedure. There's a question or so. No, so comes on to you.
Yes. Yes.
And then, I'm so behind Bonia. No, some Kenya so what the Bonio now didn't Dominica, wouldn't say Guachi, not now cotton someone. And yes, son, the constitution is yet. Your face ally, no. Sala in your few those days now, I'm sunny. Yamam and Papamu, Omo to pepe no. Yasi and pepium. And to so be the Bonia, all of us have to subject ourselves to the constitution and not in your copto abano.
That's all.
About in your copto, your nose in Sanson, no.
That's all.
Nose in Sanson said. So be the Bonia, Fanuco Cox.
Okay.
Not Pompolina, no. Well, to my yin ya, and down in Indy.
And in Indy, simple.
You were gonna have in a quality gain issue. That time when I'm so all levels and then I'm named at the conference. I wasn't a lawyer. I didn't even thought of becoming a lawyer then. Quality gain issue. The people want to prison. Some people want to prison. And they went through the procedure. They went through the process. And the court convicted them and they took them there. Oh, my mom, no point. So, once you want the bonia, but never you are no. Who come to 2 and year? No, so when we say, "Wound the bonia, oh, my jow." Okay, not too long ago. Guy be quiet. Video be in a court viral say so. No friend, Mr. Masabra. About me off of Nicasa, I'm seeing your call. You could tell him, because you don't meant to do anything to bring delegation to the country or something like that.
Yeah.
One may investigate, one may be so, one to 2 and one may nipa. Say you see any pay ya.
Okay. So we shouldn't be quick to pass judgment on people, sir.
Oma kumobi. And this is by Oma kumobi. Oma kumobi. What is Oma
kumobi?
Party people and check on Ponya NDC as a party. The council will say in terms of as a government policy. And then
and then you said, Totonano. Otutu wie no evidence or the court or na court na court say ampa ade na otutu na no oyeye enti also mom twe na so a na court no atwe na so.
Okay,
yeah, one day from this idea no mom for one day
so because okay I was saying you I the 1992 constitution the be aduma. There's a reason why I papa no mo to about referendum to accept the 1992 constitution. They did so. And constitution is every Ghanaian one can send this in one can send NPP one. Every Ghanaian be a show. Near the Quadu, whether an investigation or not say about Quadu official area, you are entitled to legal representation. And you are entitled to presumption of innocence and to proving guilty beyond reasonable doubt. I want a lawyer can. And to say that as you already discussed. And the council no you people are defending her. Obi and defending her. Constitution is say, wow, we are Ghana ni baby a cho. Near the assembly to swa. Mrani fan say we innocent until say bebu for ntimunja nkola asem no. We are here say ye lawyers ni ade ba. Ye nyina ye betumi asua se bi onyansa ewom. Enti monyansa asem bi ba na ye fa no moma ye nyansa. There's an opportunity for us to learn. Into baba ha na usua hwe ya nyema. Why koda? Na ko pono na mo hwe no koda. Because how we are ready to learn. Say what you say, who name the amount they are too to James. Hey, say hello, no say natural, say natural to watch that. Also, police need to be actually. I know I catch a police day. What at least what they will have say? Yes, you okay? If say, Obia or your gun in Libya, you're entitled to presumption, so we are innocent. And the police didn't know they are some to honor and manager to improve his head and pay the front way. Would you innocent to open a choke crowds make us? You are constitutional article 19 more right there. You won't incriminate you. Into police to pro to make as a main kasa. May try my lawyer. And statement almost try all right so a main truck. May try my lawyer. Into Tobo Johnny Wusi and Busala about PDS scandal. He can comment about it, but I'm going to catch up become PDS scandal because and then kind of topic. You see, Obia have my research and send you bet now. You're sorry, Keke. And see, I didn't want to come to near privy to it. I'll make her. In fact, on this national security sky train issue, you have Professor Miokuvi, friend. A year ago, so or no, minister for railway and Sana, Professor. In fact, Professor Miokuvi was minister under Kufo. Sana Jogate be minister under Ekufuadum. Tia Fra also NIB so no questions be or one. More people are being questioned, but sending a lawyer candidate, yeah, Fra don't say you are guilty. Yes, any investigation. And no cry, you can decide. I mean, when they invite you, you can decide. I'm about name about her. And I'm busy. Invitation. And yet arrest. Arrest now need the freedom to move. And the more yes, sir. We will never learn anything from your constitution. What you say, huh? And I don't do say, a prof. Now me follow lawyer because I was a lawyer ko baby. Now I'm more for so join it. But can't a prof. Let me say. A diversionary taxes are because they're not a year of Matiami do catch a president, and it's all focusing. Not the entire to Abama, no Ghana for high expectation, only no moments. Ma man of phone distract, more massa cases, way and distract, no focus it. Would you say some of these cases will say an attempt to divert attention from the key national issues now? Ghana for expected to Umbenya, doom so ya returning inflation and ma for more. Any issues I a pepper, Mamma, because I'm a 120-day plan. And natural, I have assuming 120 day, any major priority areas of person, yet me document the card. Do you think a diversionary taxes are now?
Well, in fact, I think I said somewhere, sir, he was shocked to win the election. No any plan B. Yes, I think he was totally shocked. Now,
how do you say he was shocked? Because the 120-day plan or the bypass and all winning elections.
Oh, send your baby, send your son atom. Send will be also better.
We all contested 2 elections. No, I one for the 3rd one. Oh, he was shocked.
But Obia president that year, this is not how he's expected to start. All right, you are caught on teaching Crawford. Send you some for you, the down, come crowd, come, no more for somebody with Nipatum. So, some present to our first report. It's a needless institution. All I know, Martin, it's not backed by our constitution. Oh, we have the institutions, sir. I say, one more yes, I don't know. Sani part of Munina Comu, Obia, who was them, and just one more power, one more, and this is what power and tin, one more dear new. So, no be a sabi attentive who to a charoto, Nako who treasure saying. Say some no more pabo. Say no, or for no movie to bet me a sentence in Nipania Daddy. And a month for sorry, and I'm to the moon to me. And it's on the reporter, President Nomu, and a President Yama Attorney General. Yes, send a year cano. Bonnie being who I would dear, unhia lawyer. Bonnie being who I would dear, unhia lawyer. State in bet me a maubi. Who see council, I won't you say to dear, what I found dear. So, and Senia, Nana Mekayano, President Mahama, Senia Donald to Abamano. One shall Nedma warrior no 1 year. Na Ghana dear, who didn't penny be any 1 year near here or more. Say, who call Facebook, the beer, Dum Saba, me my school fees, me my dear, I want you a ma from ticket. But one so
though, Prof, Mama buy 1 month, only magician. Oh, to me, for 1 month to pay creative magic into a big
Prof,
already, I didn't see one or can say, in fact, Niaman Koye, 10 people before the Niama be breast into doom son we should expect any creation. These are things that were there before.
Nina, yeah, Azan warrior. Why a president in Ibi? Wouldn't him how to do this or that? I'm telling you, very soon, Nakuma Betrofa will be in the university. I'm say Nipe Gunusono. Nana Crassia say General Mosquito no over appointment.
And your boy speculation and go.
Oh, General Mosquito. Compare no sort of man winning here. Oh, okay. I never cry. Say, to me, say, your money time, man, Nakuma to form. There be why you be that. And amount for send ye, sir. Doctor Baba form, in Chinam Boba form, the Weber form, young Hunushi. And run me for fear. Any person that a bank, that bank, tell me, say, send you pay what when you are
as soon as Jesus Christ time, Kwana Manfusu. No government of Baba, Ghana for years soon. So as I said, there's no government of Baba, Ghana for years soon.
And yes, I mean, yes, I wish you know. One of us by the first day.
We all have to wait. So as I said,
young children consider Ben.
The first budget to Kwano only the
best budget.
I was in your budget. NPP prepare. And
I know I am appointing Beberisano. No, I am appointing
former government. After former government. So as I said,
at least also to me, research amount for what you are more dinner. Now Ghana for Akman Tom. As I said, Nipa years sooner. Obia says from Obia no. Hey, 20,000 people who are more and
council say Monto Mama. I feel no other. Oh, he's the economy now, I'm operating NPP economy. I think what in the budget number 28.
Prof, magic.
No, and your magic revenue no. Any power point in the crime a dozen. Revenue no urban. And what
answer the Casa. And now the Yako 120. What come over 60 on your demium? Also, 60.
Wouldn't do any fine chain. Wouldn't do any fine chain. Article 71 of its holders. Woman, Article 71 of its holders. And Grashon Bedia and Yakuma. Intimate Sanwa. 1 year appointment.
Prof. I tell you, what I say, and Busan, a very important say. What I call 120 ministers. Mama is 60. Oh, I don't know one about so at least.
Why are there sellers me kind? Why are there? Why are there? Can be your mama, your boy, Sister, you would prefer from Chanchano and Chanchano. Yet Tally album said, Nakosiwa. Yet Tally album Nakosiwa. Just any part your good to page man Dawson.
And Chanchas assistant of one any idea nine. Okay.
Yes, and yes, way, there be our way, Ako way. You're appointing to my way. Appoint 1 year, no one yet about my doc no baba form. Okay, and Chinam Baba form. Nkaniano Baba. Now, first, when you're weighing in Ghana for wait 2-3 weeks over to me. 2-3 weeks. Over to my doc no baba form. Over to my Chinam Baba form. Over to my Ghana for a home. Am I a come to AM? And Sana, what could teach you win on?
So, my 3 weeks on my doc no bomb rap for me, Chinam rap for
3 weeks for a worry.
Ultimately, my old man, no.
A worry. She can't be good. Sika ho omama abro mrafom abro olonka yes be 1.3 million no manumra form kasa manya ho amount for do nyatu abamao mahama kasa manumrem na u support us to abama we amaye gudwemu u kan tron so biati bi wo nyina abetiso I'm telling you wo nyina abetiso
okay. If better comes to them, but you ask, come and see if you have please allow Prof to talk. Why? On kind of feelings, and the feeling I know I cannot. So I'm 3 weeks. I'm 3 weeks. Why?
School fees also go to you. It's cannot they cover him. Can what they coin. Ma abata omobon tomu yem. Magana for a trouble ma momo common tomu yem. Momo who say yes, they made a better choice.
Okay.
Oh, they say why am I omanu and why bassa.
Okay.
It's mean a phone call.
NPP for buy and council can. Mama ba onyam presented one budget. I feel the first budget ebeba. It's yenya but Chama Mahama na the first budget in Bana. First budget in effective. Because right now, budget operating now MPP budget. MPP economy ne always is here. And the generality I can't kadum so na MPP dum so na experience. Enya Mahama de.
Well, as a head of state and executive president, or some power sir, or between my finance minister, I release funds to run emergency programs. On check it, emergency programs like paying the school fees for children, bringing food prices down, and so forth. We need any reason to tell Ghanaians what he said. So what describe Ghana as what? A crime scene. Do you remember what described Ghana as a crime scene?
Okay.
Was it anti-for mismanaged the economy said Ghana is now a crime scene.
Okay.
It's complete insult to MPP. It's complete insult.
Oh,
but your politics.
Young
What's your crime scene? And I invite Ora for no. So Mumram near Meshim. Now move be any obetim domatum, Obiani or ya or no behu near I judge it for but one Timmy cry. One more over be a young one. They should all come.
Okay. Well, at least one classic example and the mama so by a Polafoco case 5 years. Your money bill. And people are hailing that say there's a message that has been sent to the judiciary from the system, no? Because Professor Sari someone no posting it, just say somebody from above was at least holding on to the bill. Until the fact say Mahama Baye, I am a branch no bill, no, with at 500,000, let's say judiciary now sensing the message that there's a new regime. You killing down.
Executive, over power, executive over to me over life and death. Until the war and the one eye, no ma doctor number, chinamra, Kanyan 24 hours. Yeah, Wayan sa and no one bibia, woman cry one cochiwong, woman Kanyan flow, woman see flow. Ganam says that's what apostle. This is all bashing. Nadia see and chichiwam. That's fine. You bet him the abaya coin. Oh, and Tino. I'm telling you.
I'm saying the session they also put Mahama on that. Yes. Excavators instead of
rural roads and yes.
Okay, you. You can't. I don't know.
Tell me the enemy make a law, but as a professor, politics kakra. When a law maker.
Exactly.
I want to keep to that. What I'm saying is that I think we should all understand that we should be accountable. So who hold the position be? I say Nanado kwa wan shafro, wan ya reshuffling a lot. Just a few people were turned around, but almost most of the ministers were at one place for 8 years. Obviously, if you're at one place for 8 years, you need to come and give an account. And I don't see anything wrong with investigative agency calling people to come and answer to whatever they have found. And Master Shaka said, "One from the Sauku you are asem no enwe ho. So munya bibi gyina so a wom de bokọ court. Wom de wom evidence koma court no. Na court e chechire mu na so for lawyer. Ghana no lawyers be bilewa ha. In fact, ubotum kwa brocha kofa gbe so o me defend obi anka hwenkyerɛw. So oba no be defend wo hu wie. No hu say asem wo difa. Bokọ serve sentence. Eno no say sa mra no say ma edi eno no say to yasom. Mo bin tra akire no nka say na me say o ma bo obi din say impakwa yesa bonu we nti no e cha napa o mo fa no konsa wom yanye ne sa senya wo kasa asem no say bibi to wa wo so ba frɛ lawyer say lawyer me defend wo no sa na te sometimes the police for no o mo to me frɛ wo mu na o mo hia lawyer say lawyer ne nko no onko defend no sa ko fo no mo kasa asem we na o yeye no the same person na say wo mo frɛ no bia na ya na bia oba say lawyer bi ndi nachi no onko no ko defend because emra ne ma kwan say so mo frɛ wo a for lawyer di wachi na fa ko na wo kaka asem bia ebetiaw a
ebetichiro sa
ayamra na kan ye eye constitution na kan ye enye obi na okwese na kukuro bibim na oka enti wo mama ye fa sa asem na enti atiri mu obi so wadi boni bia no that person have the right to appear before competent of what do you call it, a court of competent jurisdiction. No more no kwadu, no be no, or you know, na anye year, and no sentence be our one da mano. You come to me, your woman, and yet country, ombo, the person what the benefit of some do concern, yes, and none of my quite or and none of a fashion up to the beginning of my arrest still. We have what you call the criminal procedure. The criminal procedure no work quite our prescribe say. So would the bonny or fashion no moon treaty to time sentence so. Say Embrano say woman for sure. One could do court in Bejao.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Court in Bejao. Even court one sanka war. So what do some no man use criminal procedure no. Not say judge didn't put a mistake woman. No or jumpoa. One go appeal quarter, on my setting aside. Because yeah, all send come follow me, woman follow. And the common woman to me sentence charge on the ball no any water down. Woman to me sentence, woman to me more charger, so charge any water down. Also, mu create and send them the charge.
I charge you, sa.
Yeah, won't quite so be defending home. That is the procedure, that is the lower since 1992. No. Jatu you say endi yenso so obi adi bonim pa you say nam say on pempa kuna 70 no mahama ba pe omso mo fe pako no konsem onye sa nete ye ni sa time na omso ye adi bonim o ma twe ma me mo no mdo ma begom no mo bo mu twa omso mu ayi omo bo mu ayi omo twa mo ma no mdo o ma chop mu naked no mo ye ni sa mdo ni biem
yeah
in what ye ni since 1992 I
can't so there's also this case that civil servants almost want to bungalows, one so actual letter come to Muntu. Now, once according to law, there must be application of rule of law. Civil servants also procedure I didn't go for now by them. It's not because they've written to them to Muntu. And also
March 3rd, by March 3rd, woman too.
Baby,
not giving extension.
Remember, say if you're not saying count program to my yet that baby, one more. Omuti abam bangalo muno no msanso ji housing allowance.
Okay.
Baby o ma unim say na akra dan be no 10 Ghana. Aban obi chaban bangalo mu wa prime area no 30 Ghana a month. Sa pakuna so apply for housing allowance over 500 Ghana. So it's no there are a lot of things that no one government can solve it. Because we ba ohu from no solve we back no from our shovel. San ya be sa ya bo su bi anim. Ya bo di ba bia. So di but only say UK po at this 2007. I was there. I was in the UK then. Parliamentarians they were forging allowances. Okay, yeah.
I remember that scandal. We crack out teacups near the government no the child.
Obi o ma oni house help. Also house no oji. Obi o ma oni bodyguard. Also bodyguard no oji. It came even in advance the democracy like the UK. We are research. No, parliamentarians are. I think that was 2007, 2008. I was in London. I was in UK then. I was doing my undergraduate. So I said, you know, this our democracy. So we have to go through it. So I said, it's going to take us time.
Okay.
Until Obi sorry, no, can say Obi for. Where you what do you call it? The former Minister of Finance, Wabo Abani Fom, into woman for foreign square, Omu Misal Shake, Papa, no Makuno, Sa and Brano, and you will be.
Yeah.
Professional Jim, we are in this senior, we are NPP no. As I showed himself, ya cases, young pet, into my years you are not on the dictatorship, you are not on the military regime. We are going to be no match na hamachi, no Makobo too. And my meaning, never penny, the bush of Winnie Makuno, and in that in the Wobium, Obia Bonia, yet no court. Okay, that's an answer near. No, my sentence, no. Sunday, I'm done.
Okay. Until they all kind of say from party soldiers to NDCO to NPPO, we should allow Emrano to work because there's a process of constitution, actually so was here for so one for so I didn't pan court a bejano. It's me and Snabonti Muante, Yamma process should go through.
Yeah. Now me bo sa public servants I want to woman to apartment. So Ghana near tends to be our retirement here. No that's what I bind them. I know they also want to hear with us here. Nanya wo mo bro for ya wo gusu ya djuma o no mo yire no mo matim se bia wo allowance wo mo gine ananse sika mo tua no so a ma wo mo opportunity ka chen say fair market value ni
okay
this all person otena mu a so no so tua nanya se wo yina di wo sa kopam na frefia wo nya dan
okay
e dia na person wo ye wo ngana ni o wo yire wo ma ya wo no nso so obi ani dan so ne bakrada senior high school what term just so what brum by actually
on senior high school on term prof on senior high school
oh on term gra no asan ye amanfo so no
okay
almost amam prof from the
prof senior high school no but you council catch you but first budget to cram my
oh, I get the
idea. No problem. Maybe I'm person who do sikedi. The government is not taking decisions about free SHS.
Opposition party.
Opposition propaganda no more.
They say nani pass what you want.
I can't see on what Ghana or cocoa baby. I'm and try him.
Maybe Sabio.
What party be proud of yourself? Opposite
upon Paboming.
No more ball, no more ball.
Kababa assemble.
The council was council, but I'm just a brand issue. No, a brand issue is about, I think, defamation. So I don't know the entire BNI for NI before the because apparently he was a board member, and I think the first time I'm even finding out he was a board member of TOR. This one,
Get to another part of the NPP regime, you know. He was one of the board members, but I don't know, sir. From what I read,
council, we have to start checking board members here. In big capacity as what, but no another matter. But I say a board, no, so no, I say. Your friend said, "Ma'am, I ordered 550 million Ghana cedis in Jubilee House or bullion van." With this allegation he made against President Mahama. See, this is not some defamation.
As a board member,
but I say,
allegation now, and now some of my friend no, so no. On course, my friend here, but let's assume so my friend now. It has nothing to do with this membership as a board of
exactly. It has nothing to do with
the allegation he made.
My allegation was made against President Mahama.
No more person, my friend, no friend, no baba. Now, and your board membership on WhatsApp.
Yes,
I know. Okay, it's a problem. This is if it bothers on defamation, unless they want to bring him under a first spreading of false information, which I know a aspect of criminal law. Because then I don't be an friend or more friend or what? Because this appears like a defamation. What can I say? I know a good president, Mahama.
Yes,
because Unyan for evidence there by say bullion by BC Jubilee. 550 million Ghana. Okay. But people say generally about defamation. Say, can BNI investigate defamation, civil issues?
And then there may not because and somewhere when you can't read TPs no be. Say what make catch us ya crying now short memory. Say ni kebesi you know.
There be any actionable prop.
And they see a German car. So
Proposed the council say, I don't know.
And say, I didn't abuse of
say, on the bullion van at Jubilee House, 550 million gum. He is holding the money home. That one will be. I didn't know money a force. Allegation also a force. At least for now, Unyan 5 million myself. Bullion van in it. Secret home, Mahama and the gum. That's not.
Now, as I say, whenever no year free while by then when evidence.
No problem. I said a law.
I know into a car, the cancer when this year, they say me puncture. Now you render an apology.
Prof, no, say a free hunty. What time how can I also ban this one? Dear next for evidence, but no problem.
Say a year free her, and to me, Pam Chow, let's see her. And they say,
defense, Prof, I know any defense, Who did defend
when you don't buy an omoniano? Don't buy omoniano.
If you put your phone, man, why?
That's yeah, no, was a dialogue. But I didn't know better about this defamation. So people
also any evidence. DNA, see a man call it. Into a class me evidence. Yeah, Marco. I know.
No,
what's
evidence? I know yet.
No, what radio so. What can say president hold this car of this magnitude? I won't evidence because you are party member. Your politics in a way you or my penny when because the thing is that if you me could grab a métier, no kind of mean jindy. No moment, obi o man adwin ofom obeje
sir.
So say, and yes, I will come Ghana for po. Oh, come the whole world at it. Say, young president, you know, what this can be ever. So at anything, even though we can go to social media, we can say many things, you know, as my work, and yet, Ghana, how do you expect the foreign media to take it? So I send you by ya. Okay, say we are supporting so and so. No, Obama, as I'm not from on June in question. No, I say now, blah way or cast same way. Why no who say, Sab Bilon is no. How many days for the can? No, say a billion. Me could job and okay, tell me, I say, Sab Bilon Van is one. I was 20 billion, Shemino, and fear him in all the times as cano. And send us a scale woman a 20 billion. What can you say? Hey, it's one to go here. What can you how long can it take you and send all the times as cano? So when watch us and say, oh, my politics or mocha. And no, and he said, we don't have to waste our time on it.
Lawyer,
allow the politicians to do their politics.
Lawyer, she said a package here. No, what can we hear? Just say you will be big a crack. Cecilia, the party send a good fee. No, Odi Huagro, Anna, you go here.
Bro, it's that the party and go beyond citing the day against her.
I'm coming to money consul. So, Anna, it's a more action sign. And to when media or qua one can say yes, or Bribio or Behunin, then to obey Niho to your power.
Bro, the lawyer catch us any defense, you Tom Prof.
And I'm saying, young fan cop. Any
defense, because if you read the Ghana web story, almost so say. Yes, I think 515 years you can't be before they are to what you recruited nurses, public sector workers of worker. Then they are quoting him saying he further went on to say that the truth is that former President Mahama, who is now the president, the first crime he has committed against Ghanaian is the revocation of the appointment. And he added, he has stolen lots of money from Ghanaians through this action. Oh, what you say that this is defamatory?
If you want, you have to ask yourself and say, say, Abango says scanner, almost says scanner of Faster House. A Faster House in the scan, but you are necessary, a teacher for Cano, I won't almost say scanner.
Yeah, and a good question.
You have to ask yourself, say, what? The Biron Van, Ecosi Faster House war. Let's come Gumwa, the president of Swahomacha, no Koyi, no the total of Okana. Is that how we pay people? Is that how they pay workers in Ghana?
No.
These are things that you know.
Even your Ford Makra, it takes time before you get your first salary.
Mr. said, oh no, man, no could just all kinds cannot share no scanning to do.
Well,
he counsel still. It was in the minds of the ordinary Ghanaian, so whose idea were any possible, but I said, you can Obiso idea for bed. Does it make the action actionable? Does it make it out the court that you can sue successfully on defamation? Any panel any massive.
And if you're to comment on one part or
the president said, that's all, yes, sir, and that's what do because you didn't take a citizen to court to say what defame. Oh, because your leaders and someone come from who be
well, bro. Well, Prof, the right to go to court, an individual be right. What when I say you take on the phone, you see a good name, you can go to court.
Or no, over to me, but and just what they call. Mama just what they call. So they among virginity, no. One year, 1 year, be answering.
You do more, also the court, the court.
Okay.
Mama, that's what my kind. That's what my kind.
Investigation.
Mama, they are bronye.
No, Prof, to Bona Council Land, no, can be say.
The investigative institution, no friend, brother, like NIB, no, almost friend, no, mere investigation, almost interrogating, no. Now, some of you say, some wakano, or some didn't call court, no, Okujano Yina Noa, almost in the back.
Okay.
And some baby, I had to radio so. Obi Oma, in the heat of the debate in Waka Bibi, Abia, and ya, or said that, and I don't know, Abia politics, no, yet. And Wakakasa, we say no car, or because we need or Kokubu, and go to Joko Aperture, you don't even know. And you know, my move investigation. Your investigation, we no more fish as some kind, a yasimo cell kojina, no coina noa, Ghana near one. And I can't say, sir, and I before no. And yet, and this is no moon point from one. There are people who have been serving us from government to government. The same people no move at it. They were the same people who were there when NDC came. And see, in your NPP, NDC by ye, and then on Kutu Sanko for no more. They are professionals, they work every day. And you know, they should be allowed to do their work. Okay. So I said, this is almost investigation. No more officer, some more, okay, you know, or we here, so, or court, no, you know, I'm the number no, you know, okay. You know,
Yo, can't I mean, what's a party, legal education, or they are from. No, thank you so much. Minister was also another meeting, you know. Yakubu share doesn't say no boy am this education. Maybe I mean the only thing I mean to us here is the fact that I don't NIB before they investigate because defamation there. Defamation is civil and criminal. But I think that almost citing or under criminal is spreading of false news. Spreading of false news and they are criminal. In terms of hunting, NIB na NIB investigating. But Nina also said you exchange 9 answers to the BIA Casa. You're not careful because Obi say, oh, Mahama Lovelace, no, Kasi Mahama, so I could cast NPP for I manage the economy criminally. I'm Obi in Tiano, Obi and Van Cockot, and here now, or the cockot, NPP and now I need the cockot.
No, I could father can challenge him. Was responsible.
The fact say, Obia can cemetery MPP one fan cockot no, and also in Chester can cemetery Mahama and also cockot. Obia on the right also cockot. Why exercise all the non just will be the almost exercising there. So what I say, and in this case, no, Mahama so I award so also person take legal action. He has a right. And the MPP for now cockot, I want some no statute of limitation to they can also go to court in this matter. So Prof now can be being patrocined.
Yeah, no, me can say. Over to me, but as president, you know, and that's what no for answer me. Now it's very difficult to prove. Sir, Adi Uswako who government team, sir, now if I would hear the past statements to crown or to me your wild allegations. Until I'm say elections no cross some cobro no. Intermediate many Mahama said Mr. Kanchano no. Bema Katachie, Jano, one fan of Hong Kong. Now the Hong Kong corner wouldn't must be a to war. Timisrao. Only evidence be here. It's your class to say, Vanny, you really call. Yeah, no evidence. Tell them, because Ghana, people move millions and millions of cedis or dollars. You cannot trace it. You cannot put a trace on it. And wakwa ninyan say, turn on coronary, the lawyer, or bet me a prepare no. No, ako pacho. Na asem dena sem ko. No, but public view or making such wide allegations view. Ni anyina so mo adoye. One crime for cancer, Brown for MPP uncle Efa or Cajon because of the wide allegations. Intermediate, one call, Nemo Moqua, Uncle Nobia, and to Chisel. Uncle Pacho said no court, Uncle Pacho said, Sir John Mokaya, or Backroom, I'm in it to Nancy. Kajan said, Miniano. Mem, ma assembia, we a penny. Mem assembia engine flew or quite 1 year. Shania 2012. Court case, your friend and friend of Opacho. On Timedia, a bronya utia, ye ding, your sister court to a court for per lawyer. we wouldn't proof. Wasn't this was a sense to in Siho into Pacho, uni evidence no. Now Pacho, so yeah, na President Mahama, open chow, Obejamanaka.
No. Media, I like some of these cases na your preference for, especially the one on defamation, because Ghana higher pay the say dodo. Na obi amfe ne se anche obi ani afa ne trasa anti the more you abonye there should be a lesson to everybody. So only evidence yanko kasa yemfa say aka say obi din sa. By the time abeka so me pacha on na nipa no what say ni din awie. Enti evidence aka uni evidence aka wanu tum. Panti for beka to kawano pado na yen no obi anko ni baby. Eno e better. Che say de bia na say ye kan kama na ye the politics inti. One way ya provoke also way politics in their political talk but we also are or during the money in the bush of also one crank it wa oh na the BI be say ni din sa no any so politics inti but the bush for no more meka obi asa chinchina e man in politics so mutu on baby ba wa now they aba be kan mu nyina so ho enti and how can e better so be kwa e chow
yeah say you wa say Facebook hu niam e koso atem bi ankofo di obi no into obetimi akokyere wonu nyina into am say president ontwa so
okay
won na djuma papa e bo ni din
okay
na bakrom for emra form into na bo emra form petrol bibia taxes nyina covid tax ye free ho ye hu say yes we got a new leader na ba ye de na do ye no without a development idea and you be able to okra no ama ye ye bibi do something new something different na mom for who say yes about moto ya no emfaso abaso jawe na omfa na honko
okay yeah. Okay to professor no say president mama should ignore these issues so no one say we a political talk any say we a assembly e was say ekoi bia but prof what would be your advice to NPP for also because I don't know whether it's desperation say and how can I say Mahama no a shocking so winning but did NPP also think they will lose because they lose we are confused NPP for my say probably
before never imagined MPP for never sir I don't know crowd here but Chinese about me lead by 3 points by this where they were shocked until about me at the time or considered defeating it wasn't proper he was also not of himself no say corruption kakra and to what declare say why you know wana all the voting areas no and MPP for NDC for just there be lead and class or consider defeat munya abanakan
and
yes and a coffin some bebre buyer o sha akire nine a call court nyina am say MPP winning 81 pen NDC for 5 it is enko nya abotire ama ayini nyina ya kan wie ya kebi kranka MPP for benya more parliamentary seats than what happened enti mistake ni de ba na nyaba enti we ya kan say who call Facebook ya attempt the no Dawson
prof asade no nkroma mo time ne buzi amode mo na manyini sa na tenie na ho sa na no ya na asade ne ba Ghana politics
say sabre na but buzi say na ye did not attempt your friend say wele ese na no buzi ya wele na no so so
no so ko ya no sabre no
oh yeah no mo did not attempt kwam nkroma de man te say no bi ama na nickname usro nkroma the Messiah, Nkrumah show boy, Nkrumah never dies, Nkrumah never does anything wrong, and so forth. Who's cross over man a nickname? Yeah, one day a champion they say near well a champion cra kutu golf, fatubaji golf near the day. In fact, a free farmer to say be a man nickname, could come to say my nickname, Rollins chain, a basui, in Kufuanso mantine nickname and another dear mante adogaga near the day. Yeah, and odia ko wie basai papa dear me baga no sem ko hwe no netenase pa
eh Mahama na okay
na Akufuado tell be dey bia menya kwan
that was so classmate no Olegun
no nyame classmate but no baho
okay
baho 79 ko me prekonia da din nyina Benin student leaders a meeting papa we ni near Genedi papa.
Eti Akufuado de wagu ani ma se ho.
Nyamenko obia woni no will tell you the same thing. Obia no ni sabre no will tell you the same thing. Look at Kennedy. So corporate presidential in sabre no your student leader. Oni no papa chasing the elephant into the bush. On a troy. Enipa wan me answer from the bebre. Now how can you say one person a nation of about 30 million Wana ube wadwen kwa na yemfa. Also wo minister, wo cabinet, wo regional, ya mo council of state. Into wo kra dia no mo ye council of state for yi. Omo de wan be jiskedi kwa. Ya nyi omo hwe. If one so mo invite wo to account for their stewardship. Sika di amamo ne di importe na mo ye. Just tell us. Ye hu say ye twam a, ye hu say ye twam.
Okay.
Na say you appointing pa bebre de omo agugum. Aye den. Aye den aka say you workers ye di. Sika do me we no 1 month. But me piasa 20,000 workers ye di. Yes. Do something. Ye hu say before for abefie.
Okay. It's a problem. Na do na ka say de onya na nka wa keka wa nya kire no pa.
Oh yes. No answer na sense work. Say demonstration. We are president. Ye demonstration. Now to hwe. Say constitution. So yes, constitution allows them. But there are certain security areas and that's what moko. You can define a high security area. Until one demonstration or beach. That's all.
Yeah, we say no, yeah, the consent of the people, no. And yet demonstration, when the people were doing the demonstration, the question is, did he attempt to address their concern? I think so. No, say no count no nobody unpopular. Was so addresses I you no count say
yes.
So one for the castle what here na went
here, but mistake or and say no officer ma why or this year na elections you drew wha you better Obama. Say who sha adwuma why ya pa no. Me de minstrak maka say Ghana history in future and be appraising. But or this year wa mama for hu no. Hwe Kwame Nkrumah enye ma oye ye wa ma come dey yan. But akosom put down we are all proud of it. Secretary schools you see your my huning. Now the why at say Rose near the not the associate. So you better ba na list. You too late.
Okay.
It was too late.
Okay.
Into we are calling now yeah. A few weeks today, commissions apaso cresi na South Ghana. Ninyina no atọ di tape a commission projects. So enti some mistake na dem say wonye bi oja. Uwie ya no mamanfo ate. Uwie ya no mamanfo ate. Anti me pa Mahama Chow say ene mo so be maga. Wonye no nya abro nya case ni ade ade. Emfa hwemre no.
Okay. Yo, mama call mamanfo no so no mo so nche o madwo. What about good evening?
Good evening, Sister Fia.
Yentio.
Prof there meaning adwen because
okay.
Abronye no he's been known for that. And the behavior no. Until this time no, I say used to know as a scapegoat. Then find sanitize system no. Because no can who those days no mo say oh Mahama got down or Dubai. They amplify this jandam for a very long time and a tour amount for us. They say as they beside Abronye so on got Dubai hotels now with Marcotre. Wasabe beyond one lose election. And Wasabe beyond with the same tactics, the same jandam tactics. And Yama Abronye almost 11 MPs were Bono region side. What now for the past 8 years? Well, Lusu, all the MPs, they say I don't know even if it's left with 1 or 2. Well, Lusu MPs need now to end this. We won't concentrate on how to win these MPs back to NPP. What's that starting with another form of jandam? And I'm telling you that one MP now Akawo Bono region and also Sabako NDC for her because of the behavior. So it is high time that NPP for Ombeyi nephew or cry because he's not contributing anything to NPP politics.
Ombeyi, take it from me.
Yes, because I don't see what he's contributing. He's only destroying NPP day by day. Oh, into Abronye, you should go and face the law. Uncle Trebi be a scano Kana carry a says cano. You should go and face the law. Non church same say or you cleaner. Like a jano no co. Into Abronye assembly dear. He has to face the law.
Okay. Now, but okay. I think somebody also said Kufuado so kokum neire dada. Okay. But Kufuado didn't pursue that issue, you know. These are political talks, but I kind of agree with you. Say and some kekani abodina kekana doso. It should end at a point. Yeah. Yes, it should end.
Because our tactics when we destroy or be character assassination. Your politics from 1957. This tactics is outmoded. They be on your unpopular now won't be replacing no. Stick to the issues. Can no crana was no satatis no the youth no ye jai who can ye because in himself you are just trying to dent the image of Obi. Now Prof Suka say Mahama on my bro from this
documenting amra for me focusing on that.
Prof say a bro no there a great minister no office so you're planting for food and joy and a bro no more na
a bro no how bet me say bini hokro bet me be every Burkina for Saba
Burkina only tomatoes
there were immediate measures to cool tempers down into memo ni ho agro kra Africos omu dia bro Togo kro bro for bebre mra na omu chama man na
no obusa specific questions NPP before planting for food and jobs a bro no way I don't have dokno bo na ma for ma fe na also ma na ma dokno. That's the question he's asking you.
And you vote to out no and you mean to mention any war.
Like the prof say am ma body a brochure for ma say NPP.
And it's one part to so Benin, Ivory Coast. Just say and just waste time cry.
Bro, Burkina for mundio bro, omu and near onion tomatoes no mudio.
One farmer in large quantities, a bro onion Cotonou, Benin. Ivory Coast, bro.
Can assassin and say you still better.
Now, in Cranston area, bro, Mudia and yes more. A giraffe farms. One they can reduce it. Once I started one more workers pay near the day. No more in intentem. It takes time. It takes at least 6 to 8 months to get the corn. But meanwhile, one import to be mira.
Okay. Yes, it can be this can be
in Kukon they say import over billions of chicken already into the country, and then a broker who the chef form or if you feature crowd to me 50.
Yes.
And then they say go import bro prof.
There be said immediate measures. No. Immediate. Just also you be mama for who say a new government. Yeah, care for us. And just remember excuses to you. Sure.
Okay, prof, money respond the word boss. So what's your point?
Are very, very expensive. One year more cash over here.
This is a brody they be do by because I agree.
Oh, what was sorry.
When I jump on ground or try say once a baby cause she and go for bro because she or farms because she or northern region or baby. I know call parliament so compare some scaby mirafi amount to no cry now or they are compensating for the farmers no more foam shishi no. In the up to now, cray nim says Sikano. Why just says Sikano cry they are called compensating farmers are. Ye nim in the problem that ho in the anya Mahama never cause the problem in the immediate solution there. I don't know how it goes, but a bro season Ukraine a bro season. Mini Ghana there, but I don't know the bro season.
A bro season, beba. A match. Match
it's a match near Diana, and maybe July and August number harvest there. We don't know.
Okay, but that's me person appear them. But before I let bebem no, obviously me busa say, who on crop only be including some George and other people also made allegations against a former president Akufo-Addo say. Galam say he was a beneficiary, he was involved. I don't know how their own cat and the agenda now Sabonia is part of this thing. I don't know their own condemn people who made very serious damning allegation against former President Akufo, former President Akufo-Addo.
Now say a bongo ideas crack or cast as no be a NI before Cochino. Say in a kai Cochino. They did they arrested some people for making such statements.
But who can say more bongo ideas? You people are all saying, oh, culture of silence, but the accusation was bad. So also be a community. That's bad.
Yeah, but say
I'm condemning, but you are now condemning Abronya Day.
Yes, channel. And say Abronya so China. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay. You.
If you me that's it. My point.
Yes, that's it. Alex, mommy also.
Sister Vian, good evening.
Good evening.
Me Pacho, me didn't Alex, make a selfie abrekuma.
Bajanjo.
Pacho, make a selfie abrekuma.
Yo, Yeah, that's so for look when him say internet data board into come back so now you data baby.
Sister Fia, me question kakra numere say Sister Fia sisi ano esane say car ho odin nti no ama trotro drivers ni bebre e overcharging e fare no. Example abrekuma 2 can it be 7 cities sisi esane say car ho odin nti no atrotro drivers for no nyina agye 10 cities o complain so say wuntumi a sifom enti me pacho me pese wo bisa wo intellectuals ne lawyers ne say as an ordinary Ghanaian no meden na kwan be na metumi e de afa so akoye say ahokyere aba ama say ka ho odin nti no driver for no e overcharging say dem me example 7 cities and because of law fare ka ho odin nti no omo overcharging na say dey ya one of us more can say a crony embryo so be credit this car said no court back and forth. Into na a trotro drivers na there so a buye komu na ko say ye de yenyo kamafobia. Into person
road transport coordinating councillor omo regulating first into proper drivers need right or more be charge abra road transport for ni mo kwan. I think I heard okay. I will check for you or road transport coordinating council because the drivers cannot just stand up and charge you anything at all. They don't have that right. Normally, the charges are regulated by road transport coordinating council. I'm not regulating. Alex, but that's what I say. So I can understand because between 7 city and 10 city they be home. So they cannot just come up and just be charging anything that they want to charge, sir. So and also I was saying the road transport for not to hear very steady. So they have to also be monitoring the situation so that people don't abuse the ordinary Ghanaian because Baba says we need no better than where did they move Mungana Nakasa. I want you to hold that. Probably Obama Mimpa Abrante we I say we say world boss Edwin Ayensu no say world boss they be will be can would be defending a first NDC for by NDC for ya against NPP their world boss. And then where you any person can say they know wouldn't say issue you have to talk about it and also I show can come and say a year saying Doomswa is back in full force and they are making noise about 24-hour economy on the who's NDC for any clue beer about what a friend saying is going on into your moon said their prof kind don't focus on near my here and yet other things and on better so I can Lovelace Assam baby also the near world boss so come ask him. Let go also bet me finance work out man now world boss as him. Lovely say world boss if the farmer didn't receive that compensation from Honorable Brian Champo, they should have reported it by now. Now, yeah, allegation without a fact. So evidence be I come back and come and say that. Deborah Sam baby, Deborah say, but who defamed more people than NDC? NDC for no more defaming Kofo. NDC formerly had a whole Jandam secretary. Even to the national level, and then the Oma Babeka said NPP before mum, and I had Jandama now. Also, need or they ban. I could say, as world boss, if okay, my kind of message, you see some judge money, I dare to defaming Kofo, but NPP for Amfa or Masem, Anyasem. So, and then they have the audacity, so more than Kofo, call a year first a quarter now. Thomas Kokusa was if you catch a prof on yesterday about the Okan, because and I'm a hammer, Dokno Bomra from Mama Wimra from the MY, because that thing, no. And yet issue I able to me Afabia. Ebenezer say, good evening. If you please ask world boss if he is happy about how Trump is running their country. They be all bad or can the dead say Ghana the Mahama yeno but Busana Trump as him say no so Hansen appear to see him Busa NDC phone say mobile 1 month in Edru until road Namokasam way anyway. Move focus on the important and sana. And as come baby as come say if you are brought your Nankasa can say he's not afraid of NID. In the action I mentioned on Uncle Face law no only Nasem said it pepe. Mark Aduasi. And also Mahama even saying Ghana is a crime scene. On Okrobia Havana court. Into what are we talking about? And Akosi Safo a champ or say if ya Ama Benuado can so many things against Kufo, Fifi Kwete Susa. Also, they did the same political talk could be a former court. And then the Omo Mukwaya I didn't go for court because of Mose and Kofudin. Bamode Mose and Kofudin do be a former court and I told the NDC Allah. Alex Anderson says, so the president describing Ghana as a crime scene is fine and doesn't affect international image of the country. Lawyer Alban is speaking and choosing. He's not. Defamation was specific ingredients. It was also proving. Somebody saw the called for defamation. Also, or the war. It is a different bodia to me for defamation. Pacho Montelo Nasia, Bajoya, can be an amudia to go to your wife. I'm sure. Ganyanisa. Mark Adwesi, I will be a cancer who for Jari without any evidence. I don't know or man found one cocotte and then this is one mamma cassetia. What are the budget? NPP there. Almost here for Bronian Coam. You. Mr. Good evening. Mr. Aka. Well, Mr. Aka, you're ready, so Becca Santi, you're ready, and not Abba. Lovely say, if you don't say it's a political talk, obi di obi atem, obi go obi hu fia. I was saying, not so you didn't cock me, and you say, I brought you there now, I call you no kwan enye. Omo maka I said I can say tianko po enye nyina omo nyina ye mamra no ene omundi because obi a kasa na etia obi a ogu no hu fi. It doesn't change because law no ebe change and ebe favor obi. Even as I say wa ka wa send message be 20 times nko a nti no mo bi so enye ni de ni bi. Okay, Mr. Aka, be a microphone no. Mr. Aka, so microphone no na kasa. What do my microphone? Fake Casanito, good evening.
Better.
Yes, I way in him, Sigina ye and I am foul. So good evening.
Good evening, Sister Fia.
Pacentio.
Where do you bet you a prof? And I'm sure that you try to correct him on regarding the free SH and say that cancelled. I'm sure that you drew his attention to that. Sometimes I'm not prof, so where they were me and the background checks very well because he might sometimes be deceived by what people might be saying. And back to the invitation by NIB. I think there are noise at the back.
There's noise wrong with our background.
Yes, there's a noise at the background. All right, it's better. And back to the issue of is it Professor Ameya Kunfi NIB for inviting? I think once the issues nibu are what here fine. You can say mama you're guilty of something, and I think sometimes with experience the NDC government I don't think they will sit there for any institution to do anything to make them unpopular. You understand? And the NIB before, and I'm sure they will make their background checks before they make any move because of how they say Ghanaians are sophisticated with issues. They will not just get up and go and arrest somebody, and they will not just get up and invite somebody. And sometimes the issues now are glaring. They say technology and corruption are easy to be fished out. Look at how the fourth estate from the NSS investigations is so glaring to the extent say it will be difficult for lawyers to even fight for Oma corporate because computer and digitization is easier for you to fish out corruption in a very simplest manner. And this is about 10 and 15 years ago. Now, I've been on corruption, when your facts and figures. You understand? The thing is glaring on your face. Can you use $2 million to do feasibility studies? If you poke wanna be a juma and a investor, who be the 2 million acquire feasibility studies? Sister Fia, una will be a as a private investor. Over me the $2 million acquire feasibility studies. Sometimes we need to be realistic as Ghanaians. Na enjoy party politics as a Igbo out here, one who's a dream ground. Sky train is who one just a pillar of the sky train in Accra or Kumasi. Oh, the Adibu corruption, Adibu glaring. just like the what you call the National Cathedral issue, you see, monies are gone and there's no edifice. I just said the hotel bridge now was send this karma or sister or equal break. Say, Mr. Mompass, I see 2 acres, mammy, me the fool. Over the drear, Massa see where far. And you day. You understand? It is sometimes Ghanaians, ye can't corruption as a mummy enjoy NPP and DC as no. Now, you put your home in the shoes of Ghana as a private entity or as a company. Send me and then Yamia Bom and Meneska. Now, me see me ye project. Sebi me kwa kofa contractor bi say on share da me visibility studies. I mean, $2 million. Emma nipa kon say on visibility studies keke mami. And I'm my first car, my company, my first car more be same person me project we. Now on this car, na me send
Well,
proposal project no
but
way.
so you improve your because a national project, born is different. It's the
Yes,
enormity of national problem, national project will determine the cost of the visibility. And I said that council catcher, the fact that allegations have been made no doesn't mean say somebody has been cited.
accepted. But if ma unim, sometimes your politicians no, they tend to forget say right now we are in a different era. Things are just click away. Obi your investigation is just a click away. It is our brofo na feasibility studies no. Esi a church ma Ghana 40 ase. Say nye bibi enkofa plane enkone nam wiem enko visibility studies. So we are just going to check if the project will be feasible. You bet me a project and you bet me lay railway lines, say SkyTrain ye di akukuma say even just intercity. No, even within city Accra. Will it be possible? Will you spend $2 million to do that? That's the problem that we are talking about. If we don't devoid ourselves from party politics as in this is NPP, this is NDC, politicians will use big words and technicalities to just shield their corrupt ways. Oh, and even with legal gymnastics, I keep on advocating, say, if there is not a specialized court for these kind of things, they will be back and forth. Politicians, they will play that technicalities, gymnastics, words play. Na ya court, ni aba, ni aye fofo, na a draggy case, You understand? There should be a specialized court to deal with cases like this. Going forward, I just want to commend Lance Minister, what's the name? Ama Kofi Boa. Last week I came here to say we don't want.
You came to fire him small. I'm saying
Exactly. Yeah, but it seems that today he went to my home region, Ashanti region, and with the help of Ashanti region minister, they went to Offenso, where the illegal miners have raided the forest reserve and seized some excavators. And as I say, directives now, President Muhammad Diabana, I think it's so commendable. So we should let Ghanaians know. Now, Obian rally behind. They say excavators, they are not going to burn it. We will use it to do our roads. It's easier. We can use it to do our roads. What you call equipment in Fanye. And I think it's a very good thing on my end. And
that was what we're doing, You need a chichi. No. Excavators by Ryan, no chichi.
No more chichi, but more chichi excavator, no. Almost no.
There almost the first one, everybody condemned it, then they stopped. Okay. So there was first instance of shit. People, everybody condemned the shit, and they stopped shit. And so they started arresting it and
And with this one, I know, say, with the help of the president, as one of my directive said, they shouldn't ban any equipment, but the equipment should be used. If it can even be distributed to the district assembly, say, betim there, betim there developmental projects. I think it's the right way, and I think they should let every areas or more galamsey, at least they should let the indigenous blow whistles. See a minor area, there should be a hotline over fresh BBC Koso. Then we go there, we seize the equipment, and we make sure someone go on with the money. Because look, Mimi who say galamsey for no fine politicians wanna be on there. If we don't do it this way, it can't stop. You can't say you got not them a paper, Ghana and say abruchini akoshe them say ye paper you have to go to site, stop them and punish them. Why no? You should face the consequences. That's the only way that will help us solve galamsey work. And with what Amakofi Boy is doing there, I think you bibi. Kasa de here. You need to go to field and do the work. And I also have to commend Ashanti Regional Minister. And I think with the ministers John Mahama has appointed, he's doing a very good job. I don't know, because maybe I was a bit Facebook and I social media, I don't know. But he's doing a great job. He's really doing a great job. If you're away in a
was any days yet. 1 month will be able to be a show. One, two, but
if you're if they veer off the road so they any catch your more. That one day, who say what?
Yeah, but 1 month is not a fair period of proper assessment. Say
yes.
Normal in the private sector, you want a probation period. And
I know that.
Almost 6 months. I think
they've been giving KPIs. Everybody.
I'm not sure whether they were giving KPIs. Wait, KPIs. Because we didn't see any monitoring of the KPIs, so we've not seen it.
To do. Make I say in a case that they will give various embassies KPIs that they have to work with.
We haven't seen the KPIs. We haven't seen it.
I don't. Well, see, going forward, the ministers, me member Ashanti region minister about because me home region, me who's over here, Juma. Wama baby wa amount for blow whistle so it be a bungalow yen door a wealthful ya no akwa in a quick
guarantee normal shenanigans apart to be about how much it's the normal corporate probation period not answer.
All right,
before we start
if you are me, I'll commend him for starting well. There were some people they didn't even start something at all. If you compare it to other ministers, they just did the normal bureaucratic thing. They'll come and sit there, give speeches, and that's it. But with your starting a year,
Paul Amman watching the camp will be one started them, but they will even perform better. Into Tobo, that's what I'm saying. Tobo answer.
If you are made them encourage
because there are some ministers who are not talking, but almost started planning. They are not talking, they are not showing anything on Facebook because of the nature of their ministries.
That's why I'm saying they right now the way politics here, they say politics assessor. Who ye bibia ma said you'll be in Toronto. Anything that you do.
About 100 years why you will be fixated on too much prayer. And also, if
you're nipa juma so what's the wrong thing about being PR?
Too much. That's the adjective. Too much. From the work.
The key word is public service. When you are doing public service, you should let the person know what you are doing for them. Intima me choose as a minister. Yes, brabe servo me. Oba as a minister, then I am me. Oh, yes, KJT, why you feel? I've called sanitation people to work on it. I put cameras there, let people know what they are doing, so that when I am not in Ghana, I'm in the US, I'm in Australia, I'm in Holland. I've seen that yes, they said KJT was not tidy. They've sent the sanitation people to work on it. I've seen it on social media. I've met free fee. Into a German of politics, they say the and say NDC for no. I've recommended like I have to like commend the communication bureau of the NDC. They say they put it on the Facebook, they put it on social media, let people see what's going on. You understand? But oh yeah, Bibi Papa now nobody will see it. They didn't expose it unless they went to opposition and they let people know. Realizing now it's too late. So the power of technology, they say, oh yeah, bibia ma kromani who de waye na ye kan wasema ye who de we bi si aka no. Enti na ma me bo Ashanti regional minister na baso ne say, they say oba no or ye proactive, onye reactive. Ono na asem ne ba ya pa no akoye ont na ho me meka. Amount for can some which the NPP they were doing it. What they say, this is the issue happening. I'll free the officer straight to KJT to go and check. And our friend came before said, this what is going on at KJT. What are they doing to stop it? on now, and small is on conquer and on reporting man. That's what I'm saying. The NPP, what you call it, NDC right now, no? The best way for them to succeed is to let Ghanaians know what they are doing. That is it. That's what Ghanaians want. A public service. The public service goes with public relations. Let people know what you are doing, and that's it. And as a bureaucratic style of politics now, oh, when it do campaign time, and I it do campaign time, and it won't fly. Ghanaians has become sophisticated. Oh, ye be a momo say, oh, the papa say na me ya momo. Say na ebo say na me ya mompe. Yenny say, that is it. Oh,
I'm so Prof is even agreeing with you. Said the whole kind of also
That's what I'm saying all the time.
Okay.
Yes.
Let the people know what you're doing.
And now, Prof, wait, NPP funny be now, or mismanage this kind of. Mr. Mammy and the politics, Nipa Kono face, on a bush and phone Kwana Kudi. We should allow the law to deal with them.
I think we hear Prof. A Prof. Supporters are
Yes.
We should allow the law to, because Prof, Adia pass say, Mr. Obak Ghana Pana Kumasi to Accra Road, oh, drivers one I do. Is so dangerous to the sense, hey, what you go, you lose your life. Now, already, yes, already, and penny 40 million bezels, sky, and Junior Krumano, Nipa Bako for no first be brave. We could have used the money to build roads, build hospitals, put up good lighting system for on our roads. But Nipa Bako for be and Nipa Bear 4 5. No more car boom, no more the pen, no more USK. But oh, yes, all cape. No more peace come and Nipa Bear 4 5 be no more babonte, no more. Oh, you bear demonstration, and it's so much. We shouldn't politicize issues with corruption. You understand? Because the implications, it affects all of us. Nipa 5 will no more USK, which could have been a project that will help almost like millions of people.
Okay.
That's what we have to do. We should defer politics free corruption. NPP, NDC, by our mindset.
Yo, I think that's exactly what Prof. Kasasha said. No, he agrees with you on this position. So be our Ghana 1 CD, 2 CD there. Yema and Kofoni in the Bobby say and Busa said about Galamsey. Oscar said when TS so he spoke about Galamsey. But I want to show you this video. Mini Anum City FM and pay no more say. NBC are cutting down the ministers' numbers and so, but special assistant for any aid for any assistant go be brave. Just a quick one.
Yeah, so basically what you have there are you have communication specialists, directors of communications, deputy directors of communications, technical communication assistants, media aides, media liaison officers, communication consultant, presidential advisor on media who has a technical director to the presidential advisor. Then you have the ministers of state at the presidency.
And these guys are there for information minister.
Yes.
No, go through that list again. Just on the communication side.
There's a lot to communicate.
Stop it.
I'm just telling you.
You have information minister who's cabinet level.
Who has ISD working for him too.
And then you're having all these guys working under the presidency.
Who work under communications directorate. Yeah.
Of the presidency.
Yeah. There's a lot to communicate.
You can't be serious.
I'm just telling you, there's a lot to communicate.
And what are the conditions of service of these people?
Nobody knows. That's the issue.
That's why the transparency is not. So if I'm a lecturer in Legon and I've been teaching for 15 years, right? And I struggle to get my PhD. And then you have somebody who is a technical director to who has access to fuel. Read the letter they wrote. They said their fuel thing is not gone up. So this technical director, what's the competence, what's the qualification of somebody to do this work? So if we are not transparent, and I'm saying that this is mathematics, this one is not sentiment. If the government wants the pressure from the labor unions to go down, and they want to, and if they want a credible plan for IMF to, if the plan is not credible, see, if people don't accept the plan, it's not credible. If the labor unions, the businesses don't accept the policy, the IMF will not accept it. So if they will not be transparent with these guys and say, this is what we are doing, I can't understand why you have all these guys working and what are they doing? You said they have a lot to communicate. What are they communicating?
I'm just telling you. But if what would be the justification for
look at
directors of communications?
Mention the mention the post again. Mention the thing again.
So the directors of communications.
How many directors of communication?
Yes, 4.
4 directors of communication, and then deputy director of communication.
There are 5 deputy directors
at the presidency.
Yes.
And then which one again?
2 communication specialists.
So the director is not a specialist. Okay, the specialist below.
There's a lot to communicate.
2 communication specialists and
2
then
communication officers. 5 technical communication assistants.
So you have 4, 5, 9, 6, 7 plus 3, 10, 15.
Media aid.
How many?
One. Media aid. Assistant media liaison officer.
17.
Communication consultant.
18.
Then there's a professional advisor on media.
Charlie, are you sure you're not joking? Are you sure? What are you? What is not?
Well, CTFM now, I tell no crash. Okay, they are talking about one ministry. This is just ISD, Information Ministry.
Also, the
they have 19 deputies, so there are 4 directors, 5 deputy directors, 2 communication specialists, and then you have 5 technical advisors. Ministry. If you are 2 ministers, so near the specialists near there, what have we achieved?
71 office holders. So, 71 office holders. Now,
I'm not sure if all of them come under Article 71. There.
Okay, well, one bread.
But they will draw salaries into your money.
Yes. Now, the other American say, made them pay action. Say, Obiba can't say transport our cost through. Mama also what say. Now, transport minister of friend. Now, send your Ghana Transport Union, on free union for penny for. No one country, Mama, Quanya or on better transport to so. A man you turned across the same thing. Maybe I'm immediate action on. The person job or mine. There is money for the president to help these people to reduce transport fares, to reduce the prices of kenke, to reduce price. No one ya unnecessary witch hunting. No, on fair woman. You see your way, my a brubanya. Oh, you beko Togo, you beko say no more muscanedia ba. At least once out for the first 6 months or no. Now, we'll let you lose. They just say, what Timiama, a former. That's why I no more titia, and yet you won't in your echo. Now, why has our ministry or the abbey? One crown who obey it. Okay. I didn't dear. You also started here. Maybe be a Magana mine.
Somebody says a video nearby and they were rather referring to NPP4. Now, NPP4 NDC, Ghana, I don't know why Ghana. Sometimes you're doing in politics. Ghana is on which can be used to help some school under trees. So it doesn't matter which government. Ghana, and it's needless because all this job can be done by 2 or 3 people. People are showing you.
Me city they be a city, no UK so they be a city, and they are no way. And they are program is more beyond a NPP4.
Okay.
NDC as a party, you know, the gospel truth they say they are robbing Peter to people. So at the end of Ghana focus I say Kufado edit so many ministers, any deputy ministers they boo on mine. So therefore they don't want that thing. It's almost as being smart, you know. One, they will project their people say no more the minority people are more but shadow people are more because mind you, majority no munya am. Sure say they anticipated say so many majority in parliament. I know because there are some seats as at now. Oko maybe I think I saw a flyer say MP can say the constituency is open.
Yeah.
Yes. And some seats be see a 2 a man there. There's no any likely say NDC will hold on to that seat again. It's a man Lipana Dawson. People that they were anticipating that Dawson. And Obia Zumo, the ambition is this will be Obia contribute to the party. And see, one year didn't share one when I in the seat. So therefore, say young public beer back door no you bet me wash your baby will be quiet people will see. I'm not surprised so many people are at the presidency me say oko presidency here it's quite easy I know me I have inside people are there they always
I see what because of there will be a position now.
Someone for fighting positions because he ain't been funny public and will be as why you juma. What do you mean? One of you is she'll be just something. Something has been consistent, but something you mean going deputy minister or here full minister. But that's now position here didn't question. And also to me in few. It's that these are some of the reasons now I can say especially a timid benchmark be basse or mine say your poor bama usimisi we are. We are why. See in this is the blueprint. Your baby are ministers 20 at 20. And the down to bar who as supporter now war party. Who you say a humano, your bar minister sina and that were constitutionally bounded.
Okay.
I had say no a bed must agree. My year Jumana, Mamma Sheen, I see was a put MB before. MBB, the reason why it's a position, I say, it did because one will be who is said, you're not your boy, but I don't know, yet me will be a position. My wife made me an example. First, you talk about me contribute to first time I year 2016. I was a teacher in Ghana by then. But the me who you see what people like thought say MBB and Mapawa me. Juma as a head teacher, a compromise because let me show. But they talk about the first 4 years. Now, my wife, if you know near Juma, see MP, so me best member constituency, but me MP, the other way within the parliamentary seat, Eastern region. So, but after 4 years, no, my papa, the second term, my wife, in a mere Juma, but sen can be the year, say, and 4 years, my brain, I'm a na me so matem ho and me so contribute here obi so contribute e every time ba say me dey nyame yam adom second term my wife na baby share you but obi wo ho a 8 years in na we nya so enti ebasa oni so be di yaw and ye nyina na ya adwuma na be a ade na ezo bi ko di na obi enti me nyame won ho say
to point is like a constitution so that obi abehu no mafa pressure for mama hama na any president obeba wonachi. That's your point.
That is it. It's a new constitutional review, yeah, headed by Professor G.H. Prempen. They should put something as a benchmark, a big guide every political party, irrespective of who any old banner over the Majumana also, your pioneer foul. And I said, you say, you'll be by your Jumana say, the human sweet, and that's what if you're near over fine. But it shouldn't be said, in I human tea in I Jumani. Abrucha ye can be a private sector in the crime. And now will be a fee, you come about Abrucha, no crime in Crata, but for bit money to money. But Ghana, no private sector, ye more crime, more to me pretty. And almost pretty grandpa, me as individual, I'm a citizen, so me could hear a Juma, could be a Juma Ghana. Ye prefer say the Bema Brofonia Momo tax incentives. So it's a bazaar. I'm not for the blue UK. They have a lot of money. If you crowd home, this kind of Ghana home. But to be actually, I'm not for you. Home money. Who could be a man? We could be a crowd by the leave. So at the end of the day, taxes. And so foreigner, or the Ghana home, your money tax free. And oh yeah, I was first country they call it cool.
Okay.
So it is if you are telling my way, I am what is the best. I'm telling you for no. Mobile constitutional review is NDC of the mandate that their mom to test there. BC their own president. We have to know, but that's why I'm just the MPP pan I am micro minority. But over any day.
The next time.
Okay, by the best man because 2020 it's the part chance say Omuko Juma, they should do a good work at you for the FFC. And the condition. Yempe wo yin free mu yin fa ne ma yi na ho beto yin na o ma wo ma ne yin na idea
okay
separately this is scanning na kudi ba ko for that's
yo pepe that's be so no views out there man say ade yenye constitutional limit bi wo o president o betimi afa this amount because it's a pressure and cry and for the guma Amazon and it's true and for the pressure gunu super na no graphic here story in the graphic can say Steve is a good president ma table so cry nyasem kitwa. But me, I always say it's a beginning na me bo video. We too for some way or catch a Kufuado. It's still relevant to President Mahama say a company and the brain and for the 2 abanti. Careful.
Omo achichamu mo bie no edit me na man account. Wo die no e no apon bi e dia ma wo.
Etumi nana no.
Sure. Tumfo na nana no.
Wonim se me no fit nipa atu dodo no aye nimbra me ni wo.
Tumfo se nipa ho atwa ho ahie nyina dodo no anim ebre pa. Wona no mienu mo cha se din kita ho.
Adam no near free fan 77 ansa na wo sa ba me bo ana
sese afi apem aham kura dio so
me bo nana
se ono free fa penso ni nyina okay so ono wa
a champion water tower wo ba London nyame no na nam ne kwadwo nyantachi nom
na champion water tower ba London no kai so ono ene ko yona ntachi enne nam
ansa na wo sa ba ya mo ba begina biwa ansa ya sa ba ya ne oti he
sanna esa ba begina biwa ne
me fro broche ba ya me lawyer no me no na ko ni nyina
tu go so fro broche ba ne lawyer no ono na e ko ba nyina
ani akwa abapim ne
enu na makwa ababepim ene
enu aso nkrofo be ka kire so won asem
nra kofo be ka kire se obi ana na
mfi so anyi antum wo ka se da bi se dem sine na tie de ente sa
oti an bi enu a ohunu so anyi antum ka se da bi se dem sine ente de ente sa
me de kakra ne se me de futupa nam de be ma wo
tumfo se o ma ati ase se won de futupa e no de be ma wo
de Ghana fo pani adwuma
Ghana fo de mo pani adwuma
de pani ayahwe
yomo pe ayarehwe
ye pe ni nkoso
na
enu a na ye hwehwe
enu a na Ghana fo mo
ye to aba ni wie ya ye bobo se wawen obi gina TV3 so o ka kire nipa na wo se wo na TV companyfo no ko John Mahama o ko ka kire nsa aba ne de kom ne abufuo na to ye
so wie na bi ka ko gina TV3 kan se ko Mahama na ka kire nsa de kom ne abufuo na to ye
na asa akọ na do so aka kire nsa te ekom ne abufuo so no nso ba no anye de kom ne abufuo be sa ato ti
kan kan kire na do so oba na so wan hwe ne ye ekom ne abufuo no de pam Mahama no embi na de pam
wo ho nim de.
See, this advice for two for the man pendada Kufuado went here, and this advice goes to end this and so a company any bre any editor about to ban one you may ya promotina no de pamo and a profocan the president I'm focusing on the end needful not chichenon conform but on my penino so any priority to decide a moody and also any priority. One of the priorities is count of wedding do budget. Until let's see where it goes. By end when I want to say no more boy may join a jasu you made. And I said that's what my professor Kwabna Deo Foyata or Chade or Central State University where America brought to me. He's been teaching for over 40 years. The Mobano more because I am said put some respect on his name. Any lawyer Richard Kofi Abanso Kasa, I not a legal practitioner Ghana why you do so many years until law now maybe two to instead of just sending messages and insulting will not change what the law says it is. So law not idea blue is blue. Would the attempt to that kingdom come? It will not change anything. But your friend me I said don't come your stations near I do more fine producer Mr. Kojo Hansen, DOP, a DBD. They don't mean I must say good night. Good night.